December 27th. The chat is crowded for the live stream, and I'm here sitting, alone, cold, thinking of something hilarious to do. Something in the way. Oh, welcome to another lovely Friday live stream. It is so great to see your wonderful faces here. Oh, the Bat Mask came out, but it must be taked off because Matt Reeves, you lied to me, Alfred. We are not getting the Batman in 2026. We are waiting till 2027, but that's fine. That gives me plenty of time to get in bat shape. So when I get back into that bat suit, ooh, hide your girlfriends, hide your mamas, because I'm going to be out prowling Gotham City. How are y'all doing, my beautiful people? It is so great to see y'all. It's another Friday, and the year is almost over, man. We are like, what, 4 days away? 3 days away, 4 days away from 2024 ending. It's almost time for those best, worst lists. I see some YouTubers already put them out. The popcorn bucket video is in the works. Getting that done for you. But man, it's just nice to talk some movie news with you. Thank you all for coming here. We got so much to talk about. Rounding off the topics that we're going to discuss here today. Timestamps will be in the description. If you're someone watching the replay, I thank you for that. But if you're live, I thank you a little more for that. All right, I'm going to give you my thoughts on the Christopher Nolan movie now that we know the plot that got announced earlier in the week, but it was Christmas. Your buddy's got to hang around the tree and be with the family going, oh, you got me a sweater for Christmas. Oh, thank you, Uncle. Thank you. Get the fuck out of my house. Get out of my house. I want to sleep. I want to go to sleep. You can relate, right? Okay. We're going to be talking about Squid Game Season 2. Because I decided to spend all day yesterday just binging that. So I'll be giving you my spoiler-free review on that. Power Rangers, another reboot along the way. Going to be giving you the details on that. Although the Batman Part 2 did get delayed, Matt Reeves was talking up a storm in a recent interview on Christmas what we could be seeing in that movie, and there's a lot of juicy stuff to speculate in there, so at least we get to wonder what's happening in his Batman movie. Some updates with Pixar and Toy Story 5, some good, some really bad. We're going to get into those. In Spider-Man 4, script issues, delays. Oh man, like, when's the good Spider-Man 4 news coming? When is it happening, y'all? Not today. Not today. But it is great to see. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas or a good little break. Let's see here what some of you guys are just saying in the chat. My glorious king. Oh yeah, the Happy Gilmore 2 trailer came out. I didn't have that on the list, but I can give you my quick thoughts on that. So let's get into Happy Gilmore 2 talk. Happy Gilmore 2. So as you know, Netflix has this deal with Adam Sandler where they just make movies all the time. They haven't had a great track record, but there are some pretty banging Adam Sandler Netflix movies on there. Some of them aren't even comedies. I think my favorite Adam Sandler Netflix movie was the one where he's like a basketball recruiter. I forget the name of it, but I think that one has to be my favorite. It was a really good. Or the one he also did with his daughter, the You're Not Invited to My Bar Mitzvah. That was actually pretty good too. Anyways, we got the trailer here for Happy Gilmore 2. Little teaser, just little that. And look, out of all the old Adam Sandler movies back in his heyday, let's look them up. I wouldn't say Happy Gilmore is my favorite of the bunch. It's one I enjoy. It's one I'm fine with. But it's not one that I was like, yes. If I had to pick my favorite back in the day, it would have to have been like The Waterboy. Big Waterboy fan there. I like Click a lot. It would be crazy to get a sequel for Click. But The Waterboy would probably be my favorite of his, and Happy Gilmore, well, that just kind of started it a lot for him. So now all these years later, we're going back to it, and I don't know how to feel because you only just got barely a taste of what's going on in the teaser trailer. Obviously, it's going to be funny and played up for laughs. It looks like there's also kind of like a sentimental theme going back, so they want to hit your nostalgia chord about like, yeah, you definitely got to pay respect to Carl Weathers because he was a big character, and I think maybe probably one of his gravestones there. And they got the villain from the last movie coming back, also known as the bad guy in superhero movie. My suit's made out of titanium. It can cut through diamonds. I'm not wearing any diamonds. Butchered that line, but hilarious guy nonetheless. Isn't there a part of me that kind of wishes Adam Sandler didn't do the beard for the movie? Just being honest, it doesn't feel like the character of Happy Gilmore more than just Adam Sandler showing up to film the movie in his own clothes at his own time, kind of phoning it in. No offense, man. Adam Sandler's done a lot of great work, done some good stuff. I think maybe he's earned it, but seeing him just like with the beard and clothes he would obviously just be wearing outside, I'm like, boy just rolled out of bed and showed up to set. I respect it, Adam. That's the grind. That's the grind. So hopefully the movie's good. We've seen set photos of like Ben Stiller's coming back as that like terrible whatchamacallit, nursing home keeper. So yeah, it was fine. It was fine. I'll check it out. I'll see how it is. But tell me when they make Waterboy 2. When they make Waterboy 2, Bobby Boucher, mom said, mom said, that's when I'll be back. Probably can't do that in 2024, but let's let him, right? Let's let him. Okay. Travis Kelce is in it too. If you're Taylor Swift, you must be going crazy, right? If you're a big Taylor Swift fan, you must be going wild over that. So, okay, there you go. That was something that happened. If there was anything else I didn't add to the topics and whatnot, feel free to shoot it in. But continuing on with one thing that did happen early on in the week that I did make a TikTok on, but I didn't get the chance to talk about it, is Christopher Nolan. We got announced what his next movie is going to be, the plot details involved, and dude, I went crazy. So there's a lot of angles we could hit with this. So we know Christopher Nolan has a new movie up and coming, and we were all wondering what the movie would be. Let me see if I can find them. There was two going theories, right, of what the Christopher Nolan movie was going to be. And it was either going to be a movie inspired by an old helicopter 90s movie, and it would have Matt Damon, Tom Holland. Someone made this poster like, the good thing about Christopher Nolan fans is they do hard work when it comes to these fan edits. This poster was pretty cool. If not, it was going to be a vampire story, and this was the other poster that they made up for it. Both of them would have been sick directions. When I first saw that he was going to be doing the Odyssey, I jumped up and down. I had a little bit of excitement. I went crazy because, yes, the only time I paid attention in English class, because don't think I was a smart old boy or student for knowing what the Odyssey was, okay? Only reason I paid attention is because as a kid, one of my favorite movies was Disney's Hercules, and so ever since then, obsessed and loved Greek mythology. So I knew what the Odyssey was, and I knew what that story untold. And here, if you don't know, just an idea, described as a mythic action epic that follows the tale of Odysseus and his 10-year journey home after the Trojan War, starring Tom Holland, Zendaya, Anne Hathaway, Matt Damon, Lupita Nyong'o, and Robert Pattinson. Christopher Nolan, getting into Greek mythology, bro, I am living a dream. Now, Tom Holland is not going to have as big of a role as I thought. He'll still be a big prominent character. It looks like he's most likely going to be playing Odysseus' son in the story. And Odysseus will be played by Matt Damon but like one thing that this excites me is Christopher Nolan has been a man, because like let's look at his filmography. Christopher Nolan has been a man who likes to do grounded stories. Even when he gets a little fantastical and out there, it is grounded in some sort of accurate information. Like if we look at Interstellar, that's filled with so many scientific theories and real-world science about how time travel could work on different planets and space-time continuum. Like there is actual groundedness that goes into it. Same even with Tenet and things like that, Inception. There's that. When you go on to Greek mythology, dude, you have Zeus, you have Poseidon, you have one-eyed Cyclopses. I cannot believe we're about to see Christopher Nolan's take on a mythological world where he can kind of abandon some of that real world goodness. Now, I'm not going to lie. There are theories that the Odyssey was like a real story that happened. And there's even science behind it where like things mentioned in the Odyssey story actually correlate. There's like plants and stuff. I really hope Christopher Nolan is not going to take the grounded route with the Odyssey and try to give us the realistic explanation of how this story came about. But it's a possibility, right? But either way, dude, I'm excited for that. I can't wait. It's going to make me always wonder what Christopher Nolan could have done with a fantastical Batman, because, his Batman was very grounded. Good Dark Knight movie. But, hey, man, also, that does actually worry me now that I bring that up. is Christopher Nolan's action. Because you got to admit, that's one of the things that was kind of lacking in his Batman movies. His action fight scenes, very laughable. I'm sorry. I love you, Christopher Nolan, but that fight between him and Bane, I love you if you thought that was one of the greatest Batman fights. Like, I just couldn't. That's one of the things I disliked about his Batman, is the hand-to-hand fight scenes. Wasn't doing it. But the action in Inception was pretty cool. The action in Tenet was cool, but it was only cool because of the reverse shots and the way it got creative in that. So I wonder how the action is going to look with them describing this as an action epic, you know? Nonetheless, very excited. Love that they're going to be love that he's going to be tackling this. This movie's going to be huge. There was also a big topic of conversation because I don't know if you saw, like, people like Soups had to Google what the Odyssey was, and then he screenshotted the plot synopsis. He screenshotted the plot synopsis from Google, going, "Oh my guys, holy crap! Have you heard about this?" And then for a whole day, it became a debate with film bros about, you don't know what the Odyssey is? Pish posh. We all have things we don't know. When the Dogman movie came out, I hit Google. And had to find out what Dogman was. We don't all read great literature. Some of us miss out on that literature, so don't dog them. And like I said, don't think this makes me smart because I knew what the Odyssey was. Only reason I knew is because I like Greek mythology. Ask me something about the Great Gatsby? Gonna look at you with a dead stare. The Great who? To Kill a Mockingbird? Well, I don't think we should kill birds. What is that? Not me, man. Not me. Okay. Update on Hercules. If you want an update, the last update we heard on the live-action Hercules movie, which I kind of hope isn't true, but whatever, is that they're going to change the Disney's live-action Hercules, since we're on the topic of Greek mythology. The last update we heard is that they were going to change the point of view of the Hercules live-action movie that the Russo brothers are producing, where Hades will actually be the main character of the movie. And we will see the Hercules story through his point of view, which could work. Oh, yeah, that could be fine, but as a Hercules stan, and that's one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid. I still listen to that soundtrack to this day. That guitar Hercules theme, banging. I kind of just wanted to focus on Hercules, but maybe this is the different route they could go with. So there was that. But I think Guy Pearce. Someone just asked who's directing that. Guy Pearce, I believe, is the one, but it's been delayed and silent so long it could be a new director by now. Either way, Christopher Nolan working on the Odyssey, extremely hyped. I just cannot wait to see what that's going to look like, man. That's going to be one of my most anticipated then. When does it come out again? What's the date? July. Oh, 2026. Okay, 2 more years. I could wait. That's going to be a big movie. So I just thought I'd give you guys my thoughts on that. All right. Pausing a little bit on the movie news and just giving you a quick review. Yesterday, Squid Games Season 2 came out. Now, we all know Squid Games. It was one of the biggest TV shows when it came out during the pandemic. Everybody was talking about it. Everybody was going, okay, Uncle, that's my best impression. Hopefully that was spot on. And I liked the first season, dude. I binged the crap out of it. I was so invested. I was in suspense. I love the premise of this idea of like contestants for games. And it's all like kid games that they grew up with and all this. Really cool. And well, it became one of the biggest shows on Netflix. So of course they were going to make a season 2. But man, they took forever to come out with it. It's here now. My expectation going in is I was afraid it just wasn't going to be as good. Heck, I was even seeing early reviews where people were disliking it. I think right now, if you go to the Squid Game Season 2 Rotten Tomatoes score from critics and stuff, not critics, from audiences, it's kind of low. It's all like 64. That's pretty low. And so I saw that before going in, I was like, oh man, it is gonna feel like a cash grab. Like they're just forcing it because it was so huge. And even the creator Squid Games was like, I wasn't really planning to make this an ongoing series. I just had an idea for one good show, and then Netflix was like, please make more. But I'm happy to say I had a dandy good old time with Squid Game Season 2. It has its faults, and we're gonna talk about that. But getting on to what I liked, I am really invested in the story and direction of where this season is going. So we have again the main character who I thought was the stupidest decision to not take the money, go be with your family. This is gonna be spoiler free, by the way, but he doesn't take the money. He decides to just, I'm gonna hunt you down. And in the trailers we see he goes back and becomes a contestant. I'm like, how you gonna fix things by being a contestant in a controlled environment? But when you watch the show and you see the context of how he got back in that situation, why he's playing again, and his plan, I like it. I like where that's headed. I like how that came out. Even the theme this time around, very profound. I liked it a lot because it's been 3 years since the last Squid Games, and in that time, he's been using his money to build a team, to research and find where the Squid Games are being held, how to get back in and take this people down. He's even been practicing with guns and stuff like that. So he's like improved himself, and he's very like just determined. And what ends up happening is, so he gets put back into the games, right? But the thing that I really liked is his whole idea is, we have to stop the games because you're taking advantage of poor people, who are low in life and they need the help. And the people who run the Squid Games are like, we're doing a favor. These people are scum of the earth. By cleaning them out and giving entertainment, we are actually making the world a better place. So there becomes this theme where he is fighting and trying to help these people, but these people do not want his help. They like betray him at every turn. They're so divided. Like, it was just a great representation, I thought, of like how you can try and help people. You can try and do what you can to help, but at the end of the day, people are going to do what they're going to do. They're going to be scummy. They're going to be good. They're going to be bad. Liked all that. The storylines, you have a whole bunch of new different characters. I thought they were all very interesting. Yes, they have a trans character in the show, and she was a likable character. You could that's also why this score is so low. If you go and read a lot of the 1-star, half-star reviews, it's just people complaining that there's a trans person in the show, but I thought they were actually a likable, enjoyable, and they had a good backstory. A lot of the backstories in here are good. Okay, talking about, though, some of the faults this season had, and I don't think it surpasses season one. Season one was so good. The games aren't as big of a part of season two as they were in season one. In fact, I think throughout the 7-episode run, you only really get to see 3 games, and one of those games is a game you've already watched in the first season, red light, green light. And that was actually cool, though, to see that again, but this time having a player there to tell everybody, hey, they're gonna shoot us, so this, and he even tries to outsmart the system. That was fun. But then the other 2 are new games and not repeats of the old. I like that. But also, it's just not that big of a part of the show. Also, there's a lot more teamwork involved, so there's not a lot of individualism competing. A lot of these games are like, we have to work together, and I feel like that ends up becoming a convenient plot point to keep some certain characters alive long enough. There's also less of the whole, what would I do if I was in Squid Games? How would I outsmart this? You don't have that much this time around. It's very much more focusing on the characters and how to end the Squid Game. So that was kind of a downfall, I thought. There's not as much fun with the games there. Also, it's very obvious season 2, because they already announced season 3 coming out in 2025, and it'll be sometime there, whether in summer or at the end of the year. It's very obvious season 2 was cut up into 2 parts because it ends on a big cliffhanger. So many unresolved things, so many plot threads left hanging. It felt like there was one more episode needed to wrap everything up for this season and then maybe get us to season 3. It seems very obvious that the creator wrote season 2 and then Netflix was like, yeah, can you actually stretch this out and make it 2 seasons? Because there feels like some filler in between and it's a little slower in parts. So that was kind of a bummer. But overall, I had a really good time with season 2. I liked it. And season 3 is going to be the last one. I think they could wrap it up really well. I'm invested in the story. I want to see where it goes. So, hey, I was happy with season 2 Squid Games. Not as good as the first season, but I'm thinking that's because a lot of it was just set up for season 3. I'm back. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry, chat. That was terrible. That was terrible. This is that's very I gotta put tape over this. I don't know how many of you guys have realized, but the mic I used to use here, I switched it to the main mic because I had some issue where this mic was no longer working with that camera. So I switched it, but now this mic is so sensitive. If I touch the back of it, it mutes it, and then I can't unmute it unless I get out of the stream software and get back in. So I got to order that new mic back. I apologize. Either way, like I was saying, Squid Game Season 2 was great. Let's move on now and keep things rolling. That's so embarrassing. All right, guys. But I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on Squid Game Season 2 if you got around to seeing it. Okay. Let's see. All right, let's move on now and talk about this Power Rangers reboot. So there are reports coming in that Power Rangers is looking to be rebooted. Now, if you don't remember, we were actually supposed to get a Power Rangers reboot like yesterday, like a long time ago by Netflix, and they screwed things up. In fact, let me YouTube when I made those videos just so we have an idea. So I know Power Rangers Reboot 3C films, okay? I made videos on this, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Yep, 5 years ago, it looks like that's when it was announced. This was because Netflix had bought the rights for Power Rangers and were given the ability to do whatever they wanted. And it was rumored, and I think they did make a couple of shows and whatnot. I never saw those. I was waiting for the movie. But it was announced that Netflix would be making live-action movies and live-action shows that would be part of the same cinematic universe. We even got plot details on what that Netflix movie was going to be like. It was actually going to involve time travel. It was going to be about present-day Power Rangers, so people like in the 2020s, who time travel back to the 90s and meet the original Power Rangers, paying homage to, the Power Rangers that started back when we were kids. Obviously played by younger actors, but still in line. And then Netflix just sat on it. I guess these Netflix shows that they made didn't do the numbers they wanted or didn't get a big hit. I'm sure amongst Power Ranger fans, they were enjoyed. But like I said, I didn't even watch it. I didn't check it out. And so that made Netflix go, yeah, we don't want Power Rangers anymore. It's not really doing numbers on our platform. So bye-bye. And so Netflix lost the right. So now that the rights are back up for grab, somebody can grab them. And well, we did get reports. Let me see if I can pull it up here. We are getting reports that Paramount are the top contenders right now who actually want the Power Rangers rights. So this is coming from Daniel RPK, reliable guy. He's been good with information, saying that Paramount is the top choice in talks to get the rights for the reboot. It would also be new continuity, so a full restart will have a big budget around $100 million plus. All right, let's talk about that. First off, Paramount being the ones to do this makes all the sense in the world. Paramount has had big success with these kinds of franchises. Transformers, not recently with Transformers 1, but still, Transformers, TMNT, Mutant Ninja Turtles. I would even categorize Sonic into this because I would feel Sonic fans or that type of movie would fit with the Power Ranger fandom. Just action-packed humor, lighthearted fun thrown in there. And, Paramount right now is doing good. They just had 3 Sonic movies in the span of 4 years, all profitable, all making good bucks. They got that money to buy some Power Rangers. I like this idea. I think this could be good, but how do we make it so we don't repeat the mistakes and the faults of the 2017 Power Ranger movie? I don't hate that movie. In fact, I quite liked the 2017 Power Ranger movie, and I was honestly excited for them to continue on a sequel. I even like the cast. The cast of this movie was really great. Costumes definitely needed a workaround, and those weren't amazing, but dude, this movie was actually very enjoyable. I like the action scenes, the characters, the humor, and that tease at the end for the Green Ranger. Why not? And it failed, man. It just didn't go on. They left it. They let it to die. And I mean, it just goes to show you, didn't work out with Lionsgate, because that's who made this movie, Lionsgate. Didn't work out with them. They let it go. Went to Netflix. They tried a couple shows. Didn't work out. Third time's the charm. Our people gonna show up for a Power Rangers reboot? Is it a little too late? Does anyone care about Power Rangers anymore? What was the box office draw of this movie? I'm curious. Box office. Because that's going to be the determining factor. Oh, 142 mil. Okay, I see now why it didn't get that sequel, especially if it was made on that $105 million budget. It's going to depend a lot on the cast and the style. But I feel like Paramount has been kicking butt with that kind of budget. You know, Transformers 1 maybe didn't do it. But since it's going to be live action, that'll be fine. The Sonic movies are made for about that budget. They look nice with the VFX. I feel like if you just get a fun enough story and some, you know, up-and-coming stars, you know, get the Jenna Ortegas for the current generation right now. Heck, get Jenna Ortega. Make her the Pink Ranger. Why not, right? Who would be the stars of these Power Rangers that would get enough people to show up? I'm trying to think of... Don't just start throwing out names like Timothy Chalamet or Tom Holland. I don't think we're getting them thrown in there. We're going to get someone that's like right now currently part of a Netflix show or is in some ABC show. Probably the cast of Young Sheldon. Sheldon himself could be the Red Ranger for all you know. Already, the chat spamming Tom Holland for the Pink Ranger. Pink Ranger Ortega W. Sydney Sweeney. Okay, Sydney Sweeney could be that the evil girl that was played by. See, I'm not much of a Power Ranger fan. I just never got into it as a kid, but I did like the movies. What was it? What was the red girl called? I forget her name, but Elizabeth Banks played her. Rita Repulsa. Oh, you could have Sydney Sweeney play Rita Repulsa, but ain't no way I'm a repulsar. I'll be here all week, guys. I'll be here all week. Okay, let's see. Cobra Kai. You know what? You joke. I could see Cobra Kai cast members for sure fitting perfectly into the Power Rangers world. Miguel as the Blue Ranger. Let's make him the Red Ranger if you want. Yeah. Let's see. There's some good people. There's some good people. So, hey, it's happening. Paramount is hard at work. And you know what? The other big thing, if Paramount gets the rights, I wonder if they can negotiate with the owners of Power Rangers, because that's who they're buying it from. There's someone who owns Power Rangers, and then they license it to someone else. If Paramount gets the rights, they're already trying to mash Transformers and G.I. Joe. What's going to stop them from putting Power Rangers in that same cinematic universe? They already got the big Morphin Rangers and the Dinos and all that, and I think there are comics where Power Rangers cross over Transformers and G.I. Joes and whatnot. They're already trying to do it. They already trying to do it, so I don't know. Hasbro does own all of them, so you're right. Paramount already has an in. Paramount's already like, dude, we got your Transformers. We got your G.I. Joe. Give us Power Rangers and let us destroy Marvel and DC. That is how they're gonna do it. That's how they're gonna do it. Forget the DCU. Let's get the PCU. Power Rangers Cinematic Universe. That's right, baby. Let's go. So that's what's happening here. And yeah, let's make the live action Ninja Turtles part of it too, whenever that finally happens, because that's in the works. And remember, we're getting R-rated Last Ronin. So someone just said Russell Crowe as the Pink Ranger. Boy, have you lost your marbles. All right. Power Rangers reboot. Let me know if you guys think about it. I'm sure we'll get some sort of announcement coming in the next few weeks. But I like the sound of it, and give me your ideas for who you would cast as what color Ranger, okay? Let's go. All right. Let's move on now. Talking about the Batman. So we just had the unfortunate update. And in fact, there's a small update with the delay I want to talk about with the Batman 2. So as you guys saw, I have a full video up on the channel right now where I get into full details about the delay and why they delayed it. And I was very, speculatory heavy because I'm bringing in all these different scoopers and insiders who are like hinting there is some reason why this delay is happening. It's not just script issues. It's not just this. And I'm like, as a nerdy fanboy going, they're trying to combine the DCU. They're trying to go Superman. But I also want to contextualize. Some people are hinting it could be more serious out of comic booky reasons. And I do just want to shine some light on those because whatchamacallit, those are serious things. So one of viewer Annan's things that he was pointing out when talking about, he said, don't be too hard on Reeves. Things are going on. There are reasons it's taken so long for Batman 2 script to be finished. He's not just procrastinating promise. And that's where then, let me see if I can get the quote tweets out. We had some other accounts, kind of bigger ones, like Grace Randolph, where they were saying, like, feel how you feel about Grace. She's been proven right time to time. It has absolutely nothing to do with James Gunn or anybody at WB. And so maybe we got to be a little calmer with Matt Reeves, because it's sounding like there could be personal reasons, personal issues that maybe we'll find out about. I don't know if Matt Reeves is sick. He has a family member that's sick. Some people did point out he's going through a divorce in his personal life. That could be a big reason that's stalling him. So it might not just all be conspiracy and is Batman going to team up with Superman? We got to remember Matt Reeves and these people have lives too. This is another big scooper says, couldn't have said it better, but yeah, take it easy on Matt. So there could be other things delaying the Batman in Matt Reeves' life where personal issues come about, and maybe we just need to be patient and wait and see. So that's one thing there, right? But getting back to these plot details, Matt Reeves over Christmas did have an interview that released where he gave a lot of details about what he's thinking about with the Batman Part 2, how it's coming out, and things like that. So I just wanted to read some of those quotes and start speculating, because we still don't know who the villain is, what the themes are, things like that, right? So let me actually go to these more interesting quotes for a sec. So let's go into these. So here's what Matt Reeves had to say on Batman and what he's going to be going through in Part 2, saying, in the first movie, Batman views things very simplistically. He thinks in black and white, that what he can represent and how he can affect that. As we enter into the next movie, there's a lot more gray. There's a lot more people at odds. There's a lot more division in the city. It's also a lot more like our world is now. There's a lot of turmoil because people are in their camp and they're not communicating. I kind of like that a little bit. There's more quotes, but just stop in there for a sec. So we're going to see parts of Batman where he does have to come to terms about who's right, who's wrong, and what side do I follow? Who do I help? Like I was just saying, a big reason I liked season 2 of Squid Games was because we had that dividing theme of the main character trying to help all these people, but these people can't even agree to help themselves and all this stuff. That'll be interesting to see for Robert Pattinson's Batman. Then we got some more details where he says, the next movie is going to find Batman/Bruce in quite a difficult situation. I think you'll be exploring aspects of his character that you've never seen yet. The idea is to always continue him on that journey and to flesh him out and build him even further. Continuing on, the same way that the Batman was completely from Batman and Bruce's point of view, the movie Batman Part 2 will be from Batman/Bruce's point of view, and you will be seeing aspects of his character that you have not seen before, which is going to be exciting. That's what we said. I think it's very clear. Batman 2 is going to be focusing on building the Bruce Wayne side, but I still love that he's the center focus. Matt Reeves said in previous interviews he felt like other Batman movies, they stopped developing Batman and they just focus on the cool new villain. I like that we're still going to be seeing from his point of view and what's going to be going down. Let me see if there was one more quote I can bring in. That might have been the last one. This one, I think, gives the biggest hint to what we might be seeing. So this last quote, he says, there's a lot of unrest and there's a lot of clamoring because the revelations of what we found out at the end of the first movie, he teased, there's unrest in the streets to say, well, who could this be? The idea that this corruption extends as deep as it extends. To me, that sounds again like we're going to eventually reach the territory of the Court of Owls, baby. That just feels like that's the route they're going with, and that would fit with Matt Reeves' idea of keeping things grounded. This corrupt society that is actually running everything behind the scenes, and maybe his parents were involved in some way or capacity, and that's why they were killed, or why his mom was put in an asylum. I don't know, but that's definitely one, and even like with the assassins that the Court of Owls team has, that would be great fight scenes between the Batman. I feel like that's what they're leading towards, right? So that'll be really cool. And it also maybe will put Batman in a situation where he can't be Batman as much. And so he'll have to rely on the Bruce Wayne side of things a lot more than he expected. Um, or maybe also he's put in a situation where, like, the Court of Owls, kind of like what the Riddler was doing, where the Riddler was on Batman's side, but the Riddler wanted to just kill people in, like, saw traps. Maybe the Court of Owls is doing things almost extremely similar to the way he does things as Batman. But he's like, wait, if you're doing it like me, does that mean I'm the bad guy? Like, it could recontextualize him about, you're trying to save the city too, but you're doing it in a more controlling, corrupted way. Is that any different from the way I'm trying to forcefully change Gotham and whatnot? Like, it'd just be very cool. I think it's cool. So it's nice to hear those details. And like, again, man, 2027, dude, that's just such a long way. I don't really know if they're going to be merging universes or whatnot. At this point, the only thing I care about is wanting to know who the villains are, baby. At least drop that article, James Gunn, DCU, and Matt Reeves. Just tell me who the bad guy is, and that'll hold me for 2027. Because right now, we don't know. We're still guessing Clayface, but the serial killer version, is it freaking Mr. Freeze, which I would love. I think that would be awesome. Are they gonna go straight? People are saying Hush, but that's just not that exciting to me. And you know what's funny is, I know you're probably, like, you guys are probably right, because I'm leaning 80% it's Hush, and Matt Reeves will probably deliver a great movie. But Hush isn't a villain that gets me jumping up and down. It's not one. Scarecrow would be cool as well. So if Hush ends up being the main villain, I think I'm just going to be more excited for the side villains. The way the Penguin was like a side villain in the first movie, or Joker's small involvement, because they got to start doing and teasing him here, because I think Joker will probably end up being the big bad of part 3. Right? He escapes from Arkham, and they'll do their own version of, Arkham Knight or Arkham Asylum, where they all escape and Batman has to face them all at the same time, something like that. But we'll see. Two-Face, they already did a good version of him in Christopher Nolan's. I kind of just would like someone new. And Mr. Freeze, I feel like he just wasn't done seriously. And exactly like someone just brought it up, Mr. Freeze, because they're literally pulling out the winter theme for the next movie. It says here, Mr. Freeze, because it's winter season. Like, yeah, they told us, the Penguin series ended right before Christmas and right before New Year's. And Matt Reeves said the Penguin will lead us a week away into the Batman Part 2. And I'm like, well, if you got Christmas and you got snow, well, boy, get Mr. Freeze out there and let him do his thing. Brrr, brrr. That's how the sound his freeze gun gonna make. But who knows, man? I still don't know if we could believe any rumors, because if Matt Reeves hasn't even turned in a script, since that's what James Gunn said earlier, is he was talking about, like, the reason the movie is delayed is because we don't have a final script. Then can we believe any of the rumors about who the villains are? It says here, Matt is committed to making the best film possible, and no one can accurately guess how long the script will take to write. All these rumors about who the villains are, can we believe them when freaking there isn't even a script full and completed, right? Unless Matt Reeves is going to the bar and telling people, yeah, it's going to be Clayface and Hush. Yeah, it's going to be wonderful. 2 milkshakes, please. That's what you order at the bar when you're Matt Reeves. I know. So, yeah, guys, that'll let you know. Just some cool details. I like the sound of that, though. I know it's going to be peak, but man, am I going to be old by the time that movie comes out. I saw all the people online going, I'm going to be 25. I'm going to be 20. Oh, I'm going to be in high school by then. I'm be in that nursing home in 2027. I'm be making this live stream while my nanny's in the back making my bed and getting my milk and cookies ready. And the live stream, not even going to be here. I'm going to be talking to the wall thinking I'm in the live stream. Yeah, guys, hit like and subscribe. My nanny's just there like, oh, God, he's talking to the wall again. Oh, that 3C. That's going to be me, man. That's going to be me. Okay. Let's move on now. Now we're about to get a little serious, and the mood is about to be changed. But I need you guys to stay with me. I need you guys to stay with me on this one. We've gotten some updates with Pixar, man. And it looks like Disney's trying to release... Honestly, Disney has been sabotaging Pixar for a long time. I'm just going to say it. I don't know what beef Disney has with their own studio and their own company that is responsible for so many of their hits. But these last couple of years, Disney has a bone to pick with Pixar, and you can't tell me otherwise. It all started back in the pandemic when they decided, yeah, your Pixar movies straight to Disney Plus. That way, when they eventually go back to theaters, people are going to have a hard time wanting to go back because we got used to your movies being on Disney Plus. Luckily, they've recovered. Inside Out 2 was a big hit, and things like this. They're up on the upswing. But now we just got a report from an insider, an ex-Pixar staff member who's revealing some stuff that is pretty sad to hear about the company. And we do have an update with Toy Story 5 to kind of even things out. So let's get into this article with the Pixar team members. All right. So this all came from the Hollywood Reporter, who talked to this ex-Pixar staff member. And some of you guys might have already seen one part of this story, where Pixar has their first original show called Win or Lose that is coming to Disney Plus. I'm actually pretty interested to watch it. And they revealed last week, I believe it was, or 2 weeks ago, that there was an episode dedicated to a transgender character, and it was just going to be a sympathetic story, kind of letting other trans people out there know that they're not alone, that they can have this sort of struggles and whatnot and be fine. Disney was like, we're deleting that episode. Not going to happen. We just think maybe parents should talk about it with their own. And you know what? Maybe there's some people that agree with that. I don't have kids of my own, so maybe my perspective could change. And it's something I would rather talk to my kids on my own than let the TV tell them about. So, I'm not going to disrespect you on that. But the former employee did have this to say, which I do think is pretty heartbreaking, where they said, the episode was so beautiful and beautifully illustrated, and some of the experiences of being trans, and it was literally going to save lives by showing those who feel alone and unloved that there are people out there who understand. It's very frustrating that Disney has decided to spend money not to save lives. And you know what? You might think they're exaggerating. You might, go roll your eyes or whatnot. Music, art, movies, they save lives. I mean, even my dumb little YouTube channel here, I get so many messages and comments from you guys saying that I've helped you through a tough time, that I've saved your life, whether that's real or not. I'll leave that up to you to, lie to me or not. But when there's something that's struggling, and something that hard that is hurting somebody, and there was a piece of innocent, just nice media that would have made you feel not alone, that literally could have saved somebody. And it is sad that they just decided, we're tired of making headlines. We don't want to deal with that. So bye-bye. So there's that they got rid of. And then the article talks about another change that they decided to make to their upcoming movie called, what was it? Pixar... I think it was called Hoppers. This is a new movie that got announced. It's basically going to be about a girl who gets her mind switched with a beaver, and she learns to live like a beaver. This is concept art. They revealed it at CinemaCon. It sounds like a wacky, fun idea. And well, Disney came to the people making that movie, and they were like, we got a couple of notes we need you to change. So here's the part. It said here. According to the former Pixar artist, the team behind Hoppers, the 2026 John Hamm-led... Oh, shoot. Sorry about that. Pixar film on a human and a beaver who swap bodies was forced to downplay its planned message of environmentalism. Unfortunately, when you have your whole movie based around the importance of environmentalism, you can't really walk back on that, says the artist who did not work directly on the movie. The team struggled, that team struggled a lot to figure out, what do we even do with this note? Now, again, this is another thing. Disney is becoming completely cowardice and is just falling in line to those, I'm just going to say it, those babies online who make nothing but woke videos. That's their entire day to wake up, refresh the internet, and go, how can I hate something and make money from it? Oh, perfect. This is it right here. Those guys are winning, man. I hate to say it. Those guys right now are winning, and Disney has decided to bow down to those people. I can't believe this is a thing where we're getting now Disney going like, you know what? I know we used to be high art and we used to be thought-provoking. We used to make movies that could be for children and adults to both enjoy, but I think we want to be minions now. I think we just want to say banana and show a yellow booty on screen, and that's what we're going to do now. We're minions now, guys. That's what we do. That's what it kind of feels like a little bit, because Again, I know there's some people, again, maybe rolling their eyes or thinking, oh, come on, you're preaching. What are you? Oh, you're a big hero, Chris, talking a big game. All your favorite movies have a message, whether you like it or not. In fact, this environmental theme is in the message of my favorite Pixar movie. Putting Toy Story aside, my favorite Pixar film is Wall-E. That movie's entire theme is environmentalism, is what would happen to our planet if we don't take care of it and we all decide to just sit at home and do nothing and get on those big floaty lounge chairs, sipping on our drinks and getting all big and fat, right? That was the whole idea of Wall-E. Did that movie get ruined for you because it had an environmental theme? No, it was still a cute, sweet, fun, enjoyable movie that also had a good message to send out there. Take care of the planet. And now Disney is so afraid of these terrible headlines because, let's face it, they have been losing money, but it's not because of go woke, go broke. No. In fact, Barbie, Wicked, biggest movies of the last 2 years, very woke messages in terms of women empowerment, racism in Wicked, and they're making money. Where's the go woke, go broke in that? At the end of the day, it's just about making a good movie. And so they blame things like the Lightyear kiss, right? The Lightyear same-sex kiss. That's not why that movie flopped. That's not why the movie flopped. And this is coming from someone who liked Lightyear, because the movie was not that good. All right, I liked Lightyear because I grew up on that Lightyear show or whatnot. But this scene, this half a second scene, is not why the movie flopped. It flopped because the movie was not that good. And I don't know how many people wanted to see a Toy Story movie without the other Toy Story members, right? That's just what happened. That movie did not flop because of that. And so many things like that. And Disney thinks that's why they're losing money, because of their messaging. When I don't think so. I don't think so. It sucks that even a movie like this, that was probably going to be good, is now going to have to be dumbed down. They're going to have to get rid of maybe a lot of emotional or important scenes because, well, it's too much message. Can we add a fart joke instead of that message? I'm thinking about some of the big moments in Wall-E where Wall-E no longer is in love with Eve and is just trying to save the planet because of that little plant and he's about to get crushed. Very emotional, sad scene. How about we don't do that? That's too much. The Wild Robot, another great movie that came out this year, had environmental themes as well. The whole movie, you're seeing her, the ducks travel, and you're seeing cities underwater because the ice caps are melting, so sea levels are rising. People are having to live in these hubs. There's an environmental theme also in The Wild Robot. Literally one of my favorite movies of this year, not because of the theme, but because the movie is so beautiful and captures all those themes without it hindering its story. So I don't know. I get passionate and I get upset about it, but it's just sad to see one of my favorite companies now having to be forced to do these things. And these other people that I have no respect for ruining art in a lot of ways. So yeah, it's not just about the transgender thing. It's things like this. And who knows? Whatever other Pixar movies right now are in the works, you can bet that they're dumbing it down. And that also is probably why, no offense, we had this Toy Story 5 update from Tim Allen, who is famously very conservative and, believe in what you want. I still like Tim Allen and enjoy his movies. But Tim Allen did come out and say, Tim Allen reveals he has already recorded most of his lines for Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story 5. It's really good story, guys. It's really good. And he even goes on to say it's really clever. Probably because they got rid of any messaging that is inoffensive or a little too provocative and thought-provoking. And remember, the message of this movie is, kids who prefer to be on tablets and now toys are no longer there. I'm guessing that's just a theme he's okay with. That's not a theme that bothers him. So he's like, yeah, there we go. It's clever, guys. It's clever. There's no wokeness in here. I made sure of it. So we'll see. I'm still excited for Toy Story 5, though. That could be a pretty good theme, but I hope it just doesn't sound too boomerish of like, iPads are the devil. There's some benefits to being an iPad kid. Like you could learn coding. Coding could be very important in the future. I don't know, man. All is to say, I'm still looking forward to all these projects, but I just hope Disney comes to a realization that's like, that's not really the reason you're losing money, man. You've always had messages and themes in your movie. At the end of the day, just make a good movie. Just realize when your movie's bad, you know? And in fact, that segues us perfectly to Spider-Man 4 talk. So you guys let me know what you think about Pixar in here. As I was saying, Spider-Man 4 and CEOs being so oblivious to their companies. We got some updates to Spider-Man 4, but I want to bring up this article that came about from the LA Times where the CEO of Sony kind of is, talking about why the spin-off movies flopped and his reasoning for it. And again, I don't. That's not the reason. So for one, he started off talking about with Kraven the Hunter, right? And he says here, I still don't understand because this film is not a bad film. He is befuddled about Kraven being one of their lowest box office draws that he's ever had since 2017 when he became CEO. And he goes further with Madam Web saying, Madam Web's underperformed in the theaters because the press just crucified it. It was not a bad film. That's again where he's blaming critics, people that just decided to attack the movie. But if these movies were peak, trust me, we would be screaming to the high heavens how awesome and how great they were. You cannot blame people who were to review movies being honest about the reviews. Now, I know there's people who enjoy Madam Web, and there's tons of people who like Kraven. I got those comments where they're like, you're being too harsh on the film. It's not that bad. Same with like Venom 3. But I mean, are they just not that self-aware? Can they just not admit like, we just fumbled the ball here, guys. Yeah, this was not what y'all wanted. This was not good. Gonna take a step back and refigure out why. To lie and say the movies were good. It was just those dang critics making bad reviews. They really screwed us. Lets me know you haven't learned your lesson and you're not gonna try and do anything different when it comes time to redo things, because we have here him saying, Sony Pictures CEO says they are rethinking about the future of the Spider-Man films. If we put another one out, it's going to get destroyed, no matter how good or bad it is. I bet you if it's good, it won't get destroyed, but it wouldn't open as big. So he knows it's like, again, kind of confirming again that they're willing to reboot this and that we're taking a pause on these spin-off movies for the next 3 years while they focus on Beyond, Spider-Man 4, and whatever else they got, the Spider-Man Noir TV series. So we're not getting any of these spin-offs for a while, but it is so weird to hear the CEO think that's why. Like, these movies were good. It's just these people making bad reviews for no reason. Why'd they pick on us, man? Buddy, come on, man. Come on. Be a little serious with it. He must see, like, the Venom movies get so much success and goes, why isn't that happening to Madam Web? What's going on here? Something's fishy. Like, it's just funny, man. Because, I mean, Venom movies get trashed, I think, just as much as the other films, and Venom made a lot of money, but that's because Venom's a popular, very close in relation Spider-Man character. It's almost like a live-action Transformers movie. They're gonna make money because it's live-action robots punching, buddy. People want to see that, you know? But not if it's animated, apparently. Anyways, moving on now, with that, we did have some updates with Spider-Man 4 where things are looking a bit rough. So we had Daniel RPK, again, another reliable source, kind of give us an update on what's happening with Spider-Man 4. And here's kind of to sum up what... Oh, actually, you know what? I have the actual post because RPK, I follow your Patreon. So here's exactly what he said. So this was just yesterday. He said, it seemed like Spider-Man 4 is still a long way from starting production. According to reliable sources, the script is facing some problems, and there isn't a finalized shooting draft yet. With sky-high expectations following the success of No Way Home, Feige and Sony felt the pressure to step up their game and deliver something even better. I hear the writing team is hard at work reworking the plot to address these issues and improve the story. Right now, the plan is to shoot in August, so there's still time. However, there could still delay the film scheduling. Only time will tell. So, and we kind of known this. I don't know if you guys remember whenever Tom Holland, he had an interview. It was like a big interview that we saw where, let's see, is it interview? I don't know. Just to give you an idea of when it was. But he was being interviewed and talking about Spider-Man 4. And he said in that interview, it's like, we have an idea of a script. We got something going on, but it needs work. So even Tom Holland confirmed just a few months ago, I'm trying to find it, but I can't seem to find it. But it was a big podcast and whatnot, and he was talking about the script and how like we have an idea, we're happy with it, but the script needs work, and now it looks like again back to the drawing board. They are just not agreeing. Sony and Kevin Feige, they're having this talk back where I don't know if it's the same situation of street level, multiverse, street level. I feel like multiverse has won the battle because we're getting this movie in between Doomsday and Secret Wars. So it has to be a multiverse story. But what kind of multiverse story? And yeah, sky high expectations. How do you go from No Way Home, almost a $2 billion movie, to now something else? You know, what do you do in that situation? And I wonder also if any of the rework is because Noel, maybe they were banking on people to love Venom 3, and Noel was going to be, the big bad who returns, and Venom would somehow be involved. After Venom 3 maybe not doing so hot or people just being lukewarm on the movie, Sony got cold feet and we're like, okay, let's not do Noel. We're not going to do that anymore. Because I do think that's the last time we're seeing Noel. With them pausing the spin-off universe, Noel ain't no here. Noel ain't no here. But it makes you wonder, right? It's like, where is this headed? What's going to happen? I'm still hopeful that the movie will be good. I like Daniel Destin Cretton, the director, right? He did Shang-Chi. He's going on here, so we're going to have a new flavor, a new feel. I feel like the action sequences and the swinging scenes could get some improvement. But the story, man, what is this story going to be? Let me just see if any of you guys says here. Maybe they can just leave Spider-Man 4 after Secret Wars and make a Spider-Man movie. We keep seeing reports that Toby and Andrew are seriously being considered and whatnot. And it's not that I'm against it. I just don't know how they fit into this story. I feel like they just are better saved for Secret Wars or Doomsday. And in fact, we just had Daniel RPK also mention, not that long ago, that Daredevil is looking to play a small role in Avengers Doomsday. If he actually does end up being in Doomsday, which remember, we're getting this movie first. In fact, Doomsday will probably be the clearest movie to give us an idea of where they're headed with Spider-Man, because Spider-Man is likely part of this movie, and now Daredevil will have a small role. Maybe that's them gearing him up to be part of Spider-Man 4. I would love that. I still would rather have Daredevil be the guy. I don't like the rumors of Mephisto and Ghost Rider somehow being part of Spider-Man 4. I'm just like, that's too out there. I'd rather have the Daredevil storyline, but I don't know, man. I just we'll see how it goes. So right now, they're going back to the drawing board. I hope this doesn't become a Batman Part 2 situation where we get a report sometime this year saying Spider-Man 4 has been delayed to 2027. Because that would just suck. That would definitely suck. But, making these spin-off movies gave Sony the leeway to where they don't have to rush it and they can take their time. That is one of the benefits of those movies, is it gave Sony this little window where they can keep making these little adjustments and actually focus on this movie instead of just crapping out something. So we'll see, man. But Spider-Man 4, there's having some issues. You guys let me know what you think it should be. All right. That was our main topics for this discussion. Before I get into some of the super chatty chats or the chats or whatever, I'm seeing some people say check the Reddit. So we'll just take a quick Reddit break and see anything about this. Oh, the Hurry Up Tomorrow. Yeah, the Weekend movie. Still don't know too much about it, other than it's a thriller with Jenna Ortega. So I'm going to be there for Jenna. Thoughts on the Funko collection? Oh, you got some good. You even got a Power Ranger? Paddington. I need to get the Paddington pop. I have not gotten Paddington yet. I've been slacking on my pop collecting. I need Paddington to pop. Let's see here. Paramount. Oh, dude. I would love to be the Red Ranger. All right? I'd be yelling, Red Ranger! All day long. That was probably my favorite Timothy Chalamet for DCU flags. Jax? What the hell, man? All right, let's see here. My mic's muted. Yeah, when my mic was muted, I'm sorry. I'm talking to nobody. I'll fix that in editing. I'll go back and fix whatever that was in editing. Sydney Sweeney, Rita Repulsa. That was a good joke. I thought it was a good joke, man. Hey, that skit's going to go crazy whenever I finally finish that skit. That skit's going to go crazy when I finally finish it. Oh, yeah, that James Gunn I've seen here. Batman, Triple X Superman. Why would someone edit that? I hate that. Oh, yeah, I know what you did last summer. A little set photo. Excited for that movie. Got to make my most anticipated list also. I got to make my most anticipated list for next year. Hey, I look good. I look good. Oh, there was someone who left some art. Let me see if I can find the art. Oh, yeah. Definitely wanted to show this off before we move on. We have here creations. I like it. You got my fade. You got my creepy smile. You got my gold watch. And you gave me a nice little bicep bump. I appreciate that. That's some good art. That's some good art. All right. Regular chat. If you want to spew off some stuff before I go into the super chats, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Let's see. Fade? Yeah. You don't like my fade? I say fade me up. And then they go, and then the fade appears. That's how they do it. It's kind of like a GTA game. How are you? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How are you, my friend? Some of the craziest super chats on here. Let me see. I'm trying to find anything good. Someone's saying my favorite movie of 2024. I am making those videos. They will be posted tomorrow. I'll be making my favorite movies and the movies that most disappointed me that I was just like, put Hawk 2 on you, movie. I spit on that tang. That's how I felt about that. So that might be my new rating system. Hawk 2. This movie gets a Hawk 2. You know, that's Kung Fu Panda 5. Yeah, I saw they were saying that Kung Fu Panda 5 was greenlit. Kind of makes sense. Kung Fu Panda 4 made a lot of money. I wanted Kung Fu Panda to be a little bit better. But yeah, I'm just fine with that. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that happening. All right. Someone's asking about the popcorn bucket video. Yes, I am going to make that. It's currently in the works. That should hopefully be posted by Monday the 30th. So it'll end the year pretty strong with that video. And you guys could tell me. I mean, if you already want to let me know what your favorite or least favorite bucket is, yeah, we're definitely going to talk about that. All right. Okay. We're going to go into some of these super chats now. Oh, man. I definitely miss some people, I think. Whenever. Let me see if I can get this. Open frame and new tab. Okay, we're definitely gonna have to get these done. See wherever. All right, because whenever I exit it out, it ruins some things. It ruins some things. So let me see if I can get this posted for you guys. Sorry, guys. I know. It's not very riveting stuff, but I have to make sure everybody feels seen on this chat. Oh, there's so much dead air. Chris, come on. All right, whatever. All right, that should be doing it. All right, let's get this situation handled. Stop sharing. I got some super chats here that got lost, so I'm going to put them up now on the screen. And let's get to them. Let's get Hawk to them. Let's get Hawk to them. All right, says here. Let's see if I can. Oh. Maybe that's why, because you over here saying heavy spoiler better? How you gonna say that to me, man? How you gonna say that to me? This is just not my day, man. Unk on the keyboard. Okay, whatever. Starting off here, it says, "Yo, can't wait for Sonic the Hedgehog in theaters Valentine's Day 2022. Heavy spoiler, it better." How you gonna say it to me? Let me. Jeez, Louise, man. I'm just gonna put it back on. This is just riveting, right? This is when the live stream goes downhill. All right. We have here, hey, Chris, hope you're doing well. I currently have a big stomach ache from apparently eating something I'm allergic to. With that note, have you gotten the chance to watch Amazing Digital Circus? If so, what are your thoughts? Oh, no, buddy. I was binging freaking, how I say it, Squid Games and all that, and just having fun with the family. So I have not gotten to watch it. Sorry about that. Lord Chris, you have returned. Thank you so much to Archive. Have you seen Squid Games? Yes, we just talked about it. What did you think? Have you seen Phil Tippett's Mad God? If so, what did you think? No, I have not seen Mad God. But man, I Mad God, yeah. I watched Better Watch Out. It was very good. Oh, good. I'm glad you liked it. It's a good Christmas horror movie, man. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad I didn't take you out. Okay. What do you think will be the movie in 2025? That's a good one here. Okay. Let's go into where I think would be the movie of 2025. So let me just remove that again. Stop sharing, and we'll get into that, and then we'll get into super chats here because, geez, man, just things got messed up for me. All right, the movie of 2025 movie. So, boy, it's either going to be Superman or Fantastic Four, but there could be others. Let's see here. Den of Thieves. And you know what? This is also a good time to be wondering about what's going to be my whatchamacallit, my most anticipated of 2025. Let's see what this list says. It's not my list, but Wolfman I'm definitely interested in. Brave New World I'm interested, but it's not going to make a splash. Paddington interested, but not going to make a splash. Mickey 17 will be nice for the film bros, but I don't know if it'll make a splash. Snow White, just going to be such a hard movie to review with all the Minecraft movie might end up being the movie of 2025. I'm still on the train. Even with all the hate and all the stuff, I bet you people are going to like this movie. I don't know. I just have a feeling Jared Hess has not done me wrong. People are going to like the Minecraft movie. I just have a feeling. I am very excited for Sinners. That's definitely going to be one. Thunderbolts. I want to see it, but I don't think it's the biggest comic book movie. It's either Superman or Fantastic Four. Final Reckoning. I just hate how the last movie didn't do that big of a performance, so I don't know if that one's going to hit. Lilo and Stitch will probably just be aight. Ballerina. Elio, still want to see. That could be a big one. First live action animated movie that isn't from Disney. Let's see if Universal does it better than Disney, man. Let's see. 28. This might be big. Because this one has I think it just broke the record for most viewed trailer for a horror movie. So people are clamoring for 28 years later, which I don't know, I'm kind of shocked by. I knew there was a big fan base, but I did not know it was that huge. Megan, I mean, that'll be fun for me, but not going to make a splash. Jurassic World Rebirth. I think we need a reason to love Jurassic Park again. After Dominion, I'm sorry, it just let me down. And I do actually have a Jurassic Rebirth story to talk about that I forgot to put in the chat. So I'll get back to this movie. But that one could be it. I'm thinking it's Superman or Fantastic Four. That's just going to be the big movie. Do we have Avatar coming out next year? Is Avatar 3 release date? Yeah, you know what? Avatar then. 3. It is Fantastic Four, Superman, or Avatar 3. Them gonna be the big movies of the year. Mock my words, man. Mock my words. And then I had one more for Elijah Deobroy. He said, hey, Chris, hope you have an awesome Christmas. Have you seen the Netflix animated show, Arcane? I highly recommend it. God bless. Yeah, that's one that you guys highly recommend, and I do want to check out. It's just, bruh, so much good stuff out there. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how some of y'all wake up and just watch the whole thing. I over here have to make a TikTok on something that happened. It's nonsense. It's craziness. All right. Now we can go into the regular chat. Thank goodness. All right. Can bro give me a shout out, please? Because I'm going to see Sonic 3 tomorrow. Well, shout out, Derek Arish. I hope you enjoy Sonic 3, my friend. What is the most underrated movie? Of all time? Most underrated of all time? That's kind of hard. Because any underrated movie, people would already have seen or heard of, man. I'm trying to think I don't know why Chronicle came to mind. I feel like that's an underrated, the one that we don't give enough love, but everybody loves Chronicle. Is that really underrated? Everybody knows Chronicle. I think I'm Kick-Ass. Let's see. Most underrated movie of all time, buddy. I'm trying to think of what else would be. Let me see if the chat has something better to say. The Rocketeer. That's pretty good. Rocketeer wouldn't be a bad one there. Oh, man. The chat is going crazy there. I like Chronicle. Chronicle's been good. Bro's going to say Cat in the Hat. You know what? That's the answer. Cat in the Hat is the answer. Thank you. We have now solved the case. Thank you, my peeps. Thank you. All right. Space Jam. Y'all know my love for Space Jam. Okay. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Well, Happy New Year to you, too. The Pinkman person. All right. I'm so happy you're live because it's my birthday. Well, happy birthday, Brianna Carter. I like your little profile picture of Deadpool with headphones. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. Chris, if you could remake any horror film, what would it be? Nightmare on Elm Street, baby. I want to tackle Nightmare on Elm Street so badly. I just need a new Freddy Krueger movie, man. I'm starting to think Art the Clown is going to become so popular as the funny killer. By the time Freddy Krueger comes out, he's just not going to hit the same. He's not going to hit the same. But Nightmare on Elm Street would be the one. Yo, bro, do you know about what is happening with Sonic 3 and Mufasa at the moment? Mufasa already crossed its budget. Yeah. So this is surprising a lot of people, and I guess I understand. But Mufasa is beating Sonic at the box office. Like, even though Sonic was number one, let's see, Sonic 3 box office, right? Oh, geez, Louise. You know what? Get out of here. Sonic 3 box office. Because right now, what's the box office for Sonic 3 looking like? It's doing quite well, though. 101 million. Very good. That's good. They're already hitting basically their budget. It did nice. And opening weekend, it beat Mufasa in the United States. But Mufasa and the Lion King has that international draw. This is why international markets are important and why you'll see a lot of movies, like even in Sonic, they went to London, they went to Tokyo, and why a lot of Netflix movies do that too, where they'll go global and around the world, and the Fast and Furious movies do that, is because that international money could really make a splash. Here you go. Internationally, Mufasa is doing some money. So although domestically in the US, Sonic is beating its butt, bro, in all these other states, Europe, London, China, I don't know, Mufasa, people go crazy for the lion. The Lion King is representing them in ways they couldn't, and so it's already doubled. So Elliot's parents got to, yeah, this is all Elliot's parents. His rich family donated all the money there. So yeah, and see here it says domestically how much? 76. Yeah, but also keep in mind Sonic hasn't opened fully in all markets. I don't know why, but there's still a couple of like countries Sonic has to open in. Either way, Sonic's still a success, and it'll do probably really well. But hey, Mufasa, as much as Sonic fans wanted to see it crash and burn, long live the king. It's crazy. It's crazy. That international stuff, man. Robert Pattinson's Batman post-credit scene in Superman is gonna go crazy. JK, hope you had a great Xmas, Poppy Chris. You too, Mario. You know what I was thinking? Not Superman, that Clayface movie. If they are merging this universe, and since we know Clayface is a DCU story, dude, that could be the post-credit scene of Clayface. Robert Pattinson's Batman showing up to beat him up. That's some Blue Angel writing stuff right there. If you know, you know. Did you see Gorilla Grodd in Creature Commandos and the Superman trailer? So it was debunked on the Superman trailer. It looked like Gorilla Grodd, but it turned out to be somebody else. It wasn't him. And I have not seen the latest episode of Creature Commandos, unless you're talking about the one where he showed up like in episode 3 or something. I remember hearing some scoopers say that Gorilla Grodd will be a big important figure in the DCU. I don't mind that. I like the idea of the Flash fighting a big old ape. So let's make it happen. What director's cut you want to see released? Ooh, a director's cut I really would want to see. Let me look up because I know I'm not gonna be. Honestly, the Fantastic Four one, the Fan Four Stick, that was always one I would have wanted to see. Is it Four Stick? Is that how you say it? If you remember Josh Trank, who I thought, Josh Trank, wasn't he the director of Chronicle? Just talking about that movie. Dude, I thought this guy was going to be a big deal in Hollywood because he was like, he got the Fantastic Four. He was rumored to do the Boba Fett movie. His career was getting ready to skyrocket. And then this film ruined it all because of Fox's meddling. There was also rumors the guy was maybe hard to work with or something. I don't know. I'm not defending Josh Trank here, but that's one movie I would have loved to have seen the director's cut of, because I remember he even tweeted the day before Fan Four Stick released in theaters. The day before, he tweeted out, the director said, I made a wonderful movie that was really great, inspiring, until the studio came in and botched it up. Obviously, he deleted that tweet, but it was out there, and he was like basically admitting, yeah, this movie's crap, but the movie I originally made was so much better. So I would have liked to have seen his director's cut. But people also, I see, bringing up Batman, the Batman Forever cut. I want to see that. I know Kevin Smith was like talking crazy about that. Yeah, so there we go. There's some ideas of cuts. Is Clayface dead in DCU after Creature Commandos 5? I have to see it. If they killed him, that would be insane because they just announced his live action movie. So it'd be so funny if like that's his setup where he starts and then he somehow ends up in Creature Commandos. James Gunn, I really love and respect you, man, but the decisions in your universe, they boggle the mind. They boggle the mind. You need to use the bathroom. You need to poo. You need to go use the bathroom, Chris. It is honestly so funny you actually say that because I contemplated that exact thing before my live stream. It was like 10 minutes before I go live, and being a big hefty boy takes me longer than 10 minutes in there. Yeah, I said it. Okay. We're getting personal here, all right? This is just what you signed up for. So hit that like button, all right? But I was like, that's just not enough time. I'm going to have to squeeze it. I'm going to have to strain myself. And so, yeah. I don't know how you knew this information or who told you. But you scared me right now. How do you know this stuff? How do you know this stuff? All right. Curie Mori, Adana, Loma. Is this a spell? Cura Maraya, Adana Loma, Malana Karani. I've been cursed. The next 7 years of my life. Oh, the poop just came out of me. All right. There we go. I hope you had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you and your 3 Seers. Oh, same here. That's so nice for you to also say it to the 3 Seers. That's very, very nice of you. Thank you. Oh, it's a Slappy reference? Thank you. Okay. Some people are saying that's Slappy. Hey, if you said Adi Due Dembella, give me the, I would have recognized it. I don't cross I don't cheat on Chucky. So there you go, Chucky. I'm loyal. All right. Hey, Puppy Chris, my daughter and I are huge fans. Can Annie get a shout out and a red lights? Annie, shout out and red lights. Good stuff. I need to do more red lights, man. What if Mubai, the distributor company for the substance, picks up the distribution rights for Toxic Avenger? Honestly, why not? You're so right. And they're starting to become more... I'm starting to see their distribution logo for more movies now. And I'm like, they're doing some interesting stuff. And I love that they picked up the substance. I have no idea why no one wants to pick up the Toxic Avenger, man. I want to see that movie. I'm starting to feel like that's going to be lost media. I heard it was decent. Like, it's not amazing. But it's just so gory, graphic, and silly that I guess they just don't know what to do with it. But, dude, they need to release it, man. Potential top picks for horror movies of 2025. I think I did see someone on Twitter bust out, like, the horror movies of 2025. Let me see if I can pull it up. Horror. Aw, Olivia Hussey passed away. R.I.P. Black Christmas. It's a good movie. Aw, R.I.P. Horror movies 2025. All right. Here we got someone's... Why is the Heretic on there? What the hell? Unless it's something completely different. This person did not do their research well, and the Heretic had already come out. Great movie, by the way. Looking at these are not great contenders, if I'm being honest. Like, I am excited for Final Destination and Megan 2, and It Follows 2, and I guess the Black Phone 2. And the Monkey. Okay, maybe these are good contenders. Let me see what else. I'm trying to think of what will be the best. I saw another... Oh, I think I saw this one. You know what? If I had to pick what would be the best or the horror movie... Because sometimes you don't know. Horror movies just... Like, I know a lot of people this year would probably say like Longlegs or Late Night with the Devil were the movie. Looking at this list, which I'm going to have to make a list of upcoming movies, I'm going to go with probably Sinners. I think Ryan Coogler's Sinners would probably have a really big, because, I mean, that's just very talented director. I heard The Monkey is okay from Osgood Perkins. I don't know if it's going to make a splash the way Longlegs did for him. I really no idea if Saw is even coming out, so don't put your money on that. We also do have Frankenstein, right? Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro for Netflix. That might be it. 28 years later, you're right. That one's also not on here on the list. I know some people are saying FNAF 2. I love you, FNAF fans, but let's be real, little bro. Let's be real. But yeah, some good ones, some good picks. I'm gonna go with Sinners though. Any news on FNAF 2? The only thing with FNAF 2 that is going our way is just aerial shots of the pizza location. That's kind of what's happening. Let me see if I can get that. See, we got some close-ups of the toy animatronics. So this is them on the outside. Here's the drone shot, thanks to Cat FNAF. Always does great stuff, which is really cool to see and nice. I guess I just don't have enough to say about it, so that's why I don't really bring it up. It is really cool, and also FNAF fans get really pissy about, like, spoilers, you just ruined what the restaurant looked like. No, I'm not going to watch the movie. Well, let's calm down and have our milk. I'll have a glass with you. So that's really about it. But I mean, I'm still excited. Wonder when we're gonna get some sort of trailer or teaser. Probably not till March of next year, I think, is when we'll get it. But good stuff. Stop scrolling now, because now we're starting to get to Chica territory, and that's never leads to good things. All right, Jared Leto playing Skeletor in Fire, in my opinion. Yeah, Jared Leto is gonna play Skeletor. Okay. But I did see a really weird plot, though, with nobody's talking about this, but he's talking about the He-Man Masters of the Universe. Let me see if I can pull it up, because I know Daniel RPK talked about the plot, and I was like, no, if that's the plot, I think we're kind of doomed. Where is it? It's been so long. But okay, I can't find it. But anyways, Daniel RPK, because if you don't know, the Masters of the Universe movie, right, which I'm kind of interested to see how it goes. Masters of the Universe, as you know, is the He-Man movie. And they announced Jared Leto is going to be playing Skeletor, which is kind of an iconic figure for a lot of people. That little green skull guy with the funny laugh. He-Man. Okay, well, let's let Jared Leto play whoever he wants. The plot that I heard, or that I saw from Daniel RPK, is that it's going to be one of those situations like Sonic, where He-Man is actually going to be from the real world, and he has like a regular office job, is boring, he's just regular life, probably like an accountant, but he was told stories as a kid about whatever the He-Man world is called, and these beings and whatnot, and one day he finds out it's all real, and he's destined to be He-Man and save them. I feel so cliche, man. It feels like we've done that movie before. That whole idea of like, oh, you're just a regular guy, but you're destined for greatness in this world. Why can't we just have it set in the He-Man world? It take place in this fantasy. Why do we have to take somebody who know? The only reason, you know why they do that is so that they can make pop culture references, and this just like Sonic does, where he's like, they've been fighting for years. Oh, like Vin Diesel in The Rock, or freaking Agent Stone on his motorcycle. Hold on there, Tokyo Drift. Somebody better call Google. Somebody better call Google Maps. That's the only reason they do that bull crap. It's so that the screenwriter can inject dumb pop culture references, look at Skeletor and go, hey buddy, aren't you supposed to be with the Cobra Kai's in Karate Kid? Get it? Because he's a skeleton man, and in Cobra Kai and Karate Kid movie, they skeleton. Okay, I'll move on. I don't know, man. That's just what happens. So we'll see if that ends up being the case. But I'm telling you, that's literally what be happening sometimes. Moving on. Squid Games should start with, we doing a sequel. I agree, Retro Lover. I agree. Okay. Hello, my beautiful friend. Well, hello, Ricky Schmeck. You are also my beautiful friend. Thanks so much for that. Have you seen the new Wallace and Gromit movie that came out? No, I want to, though. That was definitely on my list. I do want to see it. I like Wallace and Gromit, so I got to see it. It's on Netflix, right? I got to see it. Here's a bribe to endorse my page, Snout Cedar. Well, there you go, guys. Go to Snout Cedar to get your cedar and snout. Sick right now, but you help a lot. Thanks for being cool. Oh, man, I hope you feel better. It's never good to be sick. Never good. I hate being sick. It's never fun. Hey, Chris, last live stream, you said something about a Superman burger promotion. Carl's Jr. actually did one for Man of Steel. You should look it up. Is it a good one, though? Carl's Jr. Man of Steel. If it's just like one of their regular burgers that they all of a sudden named it after the Man of Steel, I'm going to be disappointed. They just called it the Super Bacon Cheeseburger. I don't know how else you can make it a Superman burger unless you like put a S on the bun. But okay, they had a Superman sticker. I guess that's fun. They had some little Superman Man of Steel toys. Cute. All right. Let's hope Reeves' universe stays separate. I think that is probably the best way to go. But there's a part of me that would kind of want to see how they would make it work, especially if Matt Reeves is heavily involved and I just know how good of a storyteller he is. I wouldn't mind seeing them attempt it, but if they stay separate, I'll also be just as happy. Thoughts on Lionsgate and James Cameron using AI for their special effects and replacing storyboard artists? That sucks. It's just eliminating jobs and making things a lot less creative and inventive. Because again, AI always is just recycling things that already exist. AI doesn't really create something new. So if we get to that point, then we're just going to be recycling old all the time. So that sucks. Have you watched Dan Dan, best anime of 2024? I have not heard of Dan Dan. Dan Dandan. All right. Well, hey man, what is this? Okay, good. Hey, sometimes y'all make me Google things that I have to look back up after the string. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. Any updates on the Jumanji franchise? Oh, the movie's happening. They have a release date. What was it? Jumanji 4 release date. Let's see here. It says here December 11th, 2026. So it's happening. It's going to be coming. And I'm excited for this one because it'll be about, whatchamacallit? It'll be where they finally come into the real world and then they start, messing with all the characters that we already met. So we're going to have Agent Stone come face to face with the guy who did play as him. We're going to see, Kevin Hart's as well. So we're actually going to see them play the characters that they are. And I think that's going to be kind of cool to finally do that. And it also will give me more of a feel of the, the Robin Williams Jumanji movie, which I am a big fan of because I like that movie a lot. So yeah. Someone said, Breezy, I missed your super chat. Okay, Breezy, I'm going back. I told you when I exited out, man, it messed things up. Let me see if I can find it, Breezy. I'm looking, Breezy, but I don't see nothing. It might just be coming up later on the stream, my friend. I don't see no. Yeah, man. Oh, it's coming up, Breezy. I see it. You said here, enable mute lock on Motive Mix to stop LED muting. Oh, all right. You know what? I'm going to do that right now, buddy. You know your stuff. You know your microphones. That's the exact name of the software and everything. So, okay, let me. Opening last used active. Okay, it's getting there. I'm definitely going to do that, man. Thank you so much for that. That's going to help me so much. And that way I won't have to be exiting out like a fool. Okay. When is your popcorn bucket ranking coming out? Will you ever do reviews of shows that are not based off movies? Happy New Year's. Yeah, like I'll do it now like I just did for Squid Games because that's a big one. So I know you guys maybe wanted my opinion on it. Other shows, maybe. I'm trying to think of like which ones that I would want to do it for. You guys would have to tell me, but mainly would always have to be like movie related stuff. I can't wait for the Lantern Show. That's going to be one I'm definitely going to be big on when I do talk about that. But the popcorn bucket video on the 30th, Monday. I'm going to spend all weekend getting that video done and put together. Theory, the big bad of DC will be Black Lanterns. Gunn said lanterns will hint at a larger threat. How could die and come back as Black Lantern, and Jordan Stewart would have to fight his former mentor. That would be kind of cool. I would not mind that. You know, the other cool thing about how Jordan kind of being older and played by Kyle Chandler, if they want to, they can make like a Justice Society of America movie that takes place, I don't know, in the freaking 70s, 60s, and have him replaced by a younger actor and, throw in people like Ted Kord and all that stuff and do a movie like that. I would be so down for that. I just did that. Thank you, Breezy. Thank you so much for that. It means a lot. All right. Live action Cars movies. You know what? I do not put it past Disney. When they have run out of things, live action Cars movie is going to happen. And it's going to make money because they just do. People like seeing things in live action, even if it feels a little soulless. It's weird. To be honest, I don't think Batman should join the DCU. You have good reason to believe that. Matt Reeves did a great job, and since I wasn't a fan of the Superman trailer, and we don't know how good Gunn's DCU will be, it's the best way they are separated. I did see some people online speculating maybe they're waiting to see if people like James Gunn's DC, his version of Superman before they decide to team up with Batman. And I'm like, that's probably not bad thinking. It'd be terrible to announce it now, and then it's like you're locked in and forced to do what you announced, right? But you're honestly very right, Luke. And if I'm being honest, this is probably the correct opinion to go with what you're thinking, because it just wouldn't make sense, right? The Batman they set up doesn't have kaijus and Green Lanterns and dogs with superpowers, but I like to go a little mad sometimes. So let's let it happen. If you could make any Paramount IP crossover with Smile, which would it be? It doesn't have to be horror. Okay, so I would want it to be another demon or entity. And I would want it to be kind of like demon versus demon situation. So, you know what? I would like Wolverine and Smile. Because what would the demon do when he can't kill his prey? And Wolverine's also always been dealing with PTSD and trauma. I think the bro's kind of used to it. I would like to see the Wolverine demon just kind of wear out the Smile demon. I would like to see Wolverine wear out the Smile demon, where he's just like, man, it ain't happening. So, Wolverine. When are you going to review Y2K? I'm probably not going to do a review on it. I said it had its funny moments, but at the end of the day, I thought the movie was kind of stupid. And it was like good for the first 40 minutes, and then it just like went off the rails. It became so nonsensical. The way some characters died through skateboarding accidents was so dumb. There's also people that serve no real reason. I did like the 90s nostalgia of it, because it's a time I'm very familiar with. But overall, it was just kind of underwhelming. I was just kind of like, this was a movie? It was okay. So, I don't know. It just wasn't for me. I just hope we get the full Reeves Batman trilogy, but I'm going to be pissed if Gunn puts the movie in the DCU and forces Reeves to move some things and change other things to fit his into the universe. I honestly think if it happens, we're going to get told that Matt Reeves has full control over what Batman gets to do in or outside of his movies. And I think Gunn would be super sympathetic to that, because his Guardian movies, he knows what it's like to make a character and then hand them off so they can be in Avenger movies, and then people mess with his characters, and then he has to deal with the repercussions of that in a third movie. I don't know if he wanted to kill Gamora in Infinity War. I don't know if he wanted this and that in those movies. So I bet you James Gunn is actually very sympathetic to like Matt Reeves being like, yeah, but I don't want you messing with my guy in a Justice League movie or in a team up movie with Batman or Superman. James Gunn would probably be like, no, I get that. So you tell us what to do and we'll follow it. So we'll see. The Batman universe, a couple weeks between film 1 and film 2. Years of real life, 20 years between 1 and 2. That is crazy. But someone did bring up, because I saw a comment where they're like, oh, then Batman Part 2 is going to flop because all the people are going to forget about the movie by then. They're not going to be fans or care. Avatar. Avatar took 13 years between its sequel. Avatar 2 came out swinging and people liked it. If you just make a good movie, the people will show up, man. The people will show up. And if anything, it builds a little anticipation, man. But it's a little too much, man. I'm going to have white hair by the time that movie come out. The real villain will be your bowels. Oh, my goodness. You're scaring me, my friend. You're scaring me. Would you rather seat it or eat it? Hey Chris, do you remember how long it took to finish the Batman prequel book? Last week, I read Heat 2 and finished it in 3 days. Well, the prequel book isn't as extensive or crazy as you think. And if I'm being honest with you, and I think I even said it in the video, I just listened to the audiobook. Audio still reading, right? Maybe, kinda. And the audiobook was like 2-3 hours. So, and I listened to it on double speed too. So, I'm a naughty, naughty boy. But I know what the Odyssey is. Okay. Creature Commando Season 2. Did you think we'd get another? Oh, yeah. It got confirmed that we're getting a Season 2. That's great. I mean, it's kind of weird if James Gunn doesn't green light his own projects, right? Like of course, Peacemaker season 2 is happening because it's a James Gunn project. Of course, Creature Commandos would continue on because it's a James Gunn project. It'd be so weird if he's like, yeah, that thing I made, cancel it, be done with it. He could have copped out and said, we always envisioned it to be a 1 season thing and just left it there. But yeah, I guess he still wants to keep going. What are your thoughts on that? Okay, just said it. Thank you so much. DC announced a bunch of projects a few years back. The next year, we're getting the second project only out of a bunch. And a Clayface movie and Robin's movie. DC is slowly becoming 2020. It does sort of feel that way. I kind of get you. And I saw people bring this up too. And I did have it part of my video, but then I deleted it because it was getting too fluffy. But I was saying how, you remember when James Gunn made that announcement of the slate? It was like the first thing once he took over, right? He got in a video and he's like, hey guys, this is what's going to be happening in the next 10 years. Now that time has passed and we're getting the updates on some of these projects, I'm thinking this was all for show. Like, yes, we're still getting Superman, Peacemaker Season 2, and Lanterns. Like, those are the for sure things we're getting, and Supergirl. But some of these other projects, Waller has been kind of stalled and delayed. Authority, no idea what's happening there. Booster Gold also is being told not moving forward right now. And even just got the update, Batman Brave the Bold's also been a little delayed. I'm thinking this was just something he had to do as part of his agreement to run DC. David Zaslav is like, dude, I need this company and its stock prices to go up, so I'm going to put you in charge. But I need you to make up some list. I need you to make a slate. I need you to Marvelify it a little bit and get people excited. And now we're at the point now where he doesn't have to do what Zaslav said because he's running the studio himself. And we're seeing that. He's like, oh, I'll just make a movie if a script's ready. Clayface, all right, you're next. This movie, we don't have a script, so we're not doing it. It feels more loosey-goosey than the Marvel way. So could be good, could be bad. We'll see how the first couple of movies goes. But yeah, it is interesting looking back on how determined he seemed about this slate. And now it's just kind of like, we'll get to those projects when we get to them. What's your most anticipated movie of next year? It's going to be between those three, like I said. I have to put my list together, but it's either going to be Superman, Fantastic Four, or Avatar 3. One of those. Hey 3C, big fan. I heard the Chronicles of Narnia remake is going to be rock and roll musical. Is that true? It was said by Amy Pascal herself. Yeah, she's a producer on it, so it is true. The other thing I did like hearing about with the Narnia movie is, I guess, Greta Gerwig got her way, and it's gonna go to theaters. So let's see here. Greta Gerwig, the magical nephew. She looks like she was able to convince Netflix to let them put the movie in theaters, which would be good because I think Greta Gerwig believes in all that, and she's a really talented director. So I think this movie's gonna be great. And I was honestly never a big fan of the Narnia movies as a kid. I liked more the epic movie version of Narnia. You remember that, where they did MTV Cribs and whatnot? That was good. But yeah, it should be cool. What do you think? Chris, you going to review the Anaconda movies for the next one next year? Seems Sony digging through their backlog of films and making new ones. I'll think about it. I have to look back at how many there are. Maybe I'll just review the first one. I don't know if I want to sit through those awful sequels, but it could be fun. Thanks for having the Nads to speak up for the true values of art and the value of trans people. I mean, it's not even, I know some people think it's performative or I don't care. Like, I won't say who, but I've had debates with other movie creators and they'll be like, why do you fight for that? Why do you care about that? And it's just like, that's just like asking, why would you care about another human life? I don't know. I sometimes see people struggle and I'm like, how could you not be sympathetic? Like, do you think they wanted that? Some people, they dealt a bad hand and they're trying their best in the world and you're just making it worse for them. I just think that's sad. As someone who's been bullied before, I don't like being the bully. Getting bullied. We need new animation studios. Pixar is being destroyed by Disney, and Disney is not even an animation movie studio anymore. It's a whole different entity. I'm trying to think, what are the studios that are just anime, other than like Studio Ghibli, right? Or do they make live action stuff too? But yeah, all the, DreamWorks is owned by Universal. Pixar by Disney, Illumination by Universal. We'll see, man. We'll see. Maybe there'll be the day where Pixar separates itself, but it really does feel sometimes like Disney's just picking on Pixar. And I'm like, why? Shrek more progressive than Disney. Say right. I bet you. Yeah, if Shrek does it, it's cool, right? I can't wait for Shrek 5. That's going to be great. All right. Chris, people are being messed up. Help, please. Yeah, people are always going to be messed up. Can't please everybody. I bet you this live stream is going to have a lot of dislikes. But whatever. It's just how it is. You have no idea how much your videos bring me comfort. Oh, well, thank you for that. Burt Macklin, FBI. I love Parks and Rec. If you could make a Scream movie, what would you do in it? It would change the formula by having a killer revealed early and a killer escape at the end. That would be a great thing. I would definitely want to change the formula, do something different with it. Not follow the exact same structure, have some more fun with it. I'd have to figure out the messaging, because they always commentate on movies. And I'm trying to think of what's the thing that happens in movies now where they needed some good commentary on, because I feel like we ran out because, the first one was just horror movies in general. Second one is sequels. Third one's is trilogies. Fourth one was remakes. And then we got to 5 and we started doing reboot legacy sequels. And then to 6, you could really tell there wasn't anything to commentate. There was no real commentary. And that final act in Scream 6 suffers for it. And Scream 7, I'm curious what the commentary is going to be or what their angle is. So, I don't know. It has to come down to that. Need that Nosferatu review. I did see it. I'm debating on the review. I don't know how well it would do on the channel. But maybe this weekend I'll bust out a Nosferatu review. I will say I liked it. I just didn't love it as much as other people. That's how I am with Robert Eggers. My favorite movie of his is still The Northman. That's an actual movie of his where I love that one. But what the weird thing is, the more I sit on Nosferatu and the more I think about it, it grows on me. And certain aspects of it I like more. Not expecting that movie to be so horny. I took my girl to see it Christmas Day. I was like, yeah, it's a cool little vampire story. I don't know much about the original tale, but we're going to see it. And I'm just like, you got a vampire you didn't tell me about? You got a vampire in your life? Is he in your nightmares too? Tell him to visit mine because she getting good. I want some of that. Yeah, it was a ride. So I've good, and I have some others, but I'll see. I feel like they should just reboot Spider-Man. No, not yet. I kind of want to see them. Let's see what the story is for Spider-Man 4, but screw it. Let's just be the first Spider-Man where there's 2 trilogies. I want to see that happen. I want to see what they do, how far it goes. Chris, can we get a final Mew for 2024? I hope that's what you meant. How was your Christmas this year? And what was your 3 favorite holiday movies? It was good. Sorry I didn't post a lot of videos this week. It just really was just spending time with family and doing all that kind of stuff and just going to enjoy myself. Plus, the previous week was so busy with the Superman trailer and Mufasa and Sonic 3 and all that. So I was like, I deserve a little break for the holidays. But favorite holiday movies, like I said, Jingle All the Way. The Grinch is my number 1. And I like Bad Santa. The funny, someone says, the way he says horny has me dying. I just say it weirdly because I don't want the algorithm to demonetize me. So I feel like if I just say it strongly and with confidence, when this live stream ends, I'm going to get hit with that yellow mark. And I've been demonetized for dumber things before. So sometimes if I say sensitive words in a funny way, that's why. Horny. There we go. So the algorithm doesn't catch it. All right. That says super random, but Shrek 5 better have the Puss in Boots 2 animation style. I'm mixed. I always kind of like the weird, realistic animation style of Shrek, where humans look human and not very exaggerated. In fact, they look so uncanny and unflattering. I kind of always liked that for Shrek, but the Puss in Boots style worked for Puss in Boots. I don't mind if they tweak it a little bit, Jordan Peele or Ari Aster? Right now I like more Jordan Peele films than Ari Aster, but I like a lot of what Ari Aster does. I think Beau is Afraid was the straw that broke the camel's back for me, where it's like, I appreciate what you do here. That's a big giant penis, and it's a monster. So that's doing something for me, but it's just this movie just ain't for me. Thank you, Ari Aster. Thank you. That was me watching that movie. All right. Instead of Hercules, they need to do Hunchback. I'd rather do Hercules. I like Hercules, but the Hunchback in Notre Dame, that could be a movie. That could be a movie. Muffin Boy says I missed his super chat. Muffin Boy, where? Maybe I'm getting to it, buddy. Maybe I'm getting to it. Hang on. I'll double check in a sec, Muffin Boy. Slay Spooky Queen. Hey, Chris, can you tell my boys, Vincent, Damien, happy birthday. We love your videos. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Well, yes, happy birthday, Vincent and Damien. You be good to your mother. She loves you very much and she cares for you, man. Never forget that. And Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you, too. Nosferatu. Again, I'm just giving out everything I'm gonna say in my review, but I saw it and I enjoyed it. I'm actually enjoying the memes a little bit more too. I'm seeing so many skits and edits of people joking around with Nosferatu, and that's been fun. But it's enjoyable. Giancarlo Esposito should have voiced Shadows. That would have been an interesting voice. I wouldn't mind Giancarlo Esposito as Shadow. Chris, when I'm done with TMNT film, I'm going to make a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, and I already imagine how it's going to go. Well, you better cast me as Tom or Agent Stone. I'd love to be Agent Stone. I often don't have thoughts on reviews, but your Expendables 4 review is the most entertaining review I have seen, likely because of how you expressed your anger towards it. Even my friend of mine enjoyed it as well. Well, I'm glad he liked that. Sometimes they're just movies so bad. It brings out a lot of my Spider-Man spin-off reviews are like that too, where I let it out, man, and it's just therapy. I saw Nosferatu, and I'm absolutely mixed on it, and you're not wrong for it. I am too. There's things on it that are undeniably good from a filmmaking perspective, from the cinematography to the sound, score. There's some beautiful shots in that movie. Performances. What was it? Johnny Depp's daughter. What's her name? Lily Depp. What's her name? What's her name? Sorry, Lily Rose Depp. Great performance. Great. Nicholas Hoult also fantastic in the movie. But I did feel the length. It was a little overly long. There were some things I felt they could have tightened up. And sometimes Robert Eggers does these like just weird things that I'm like, I guess that's cool on a film. Like the fart scene in The Northman is the only thing where I'm like, okay, we doing this? All right. I don't know. There's just some stuff where I was like, okay. But I do like it. Like I did like it. Just didn't love it as much as I'm seeing other people. When Sony gonna realize what we really need? The Big Wheel cinematic universe. That's what we need. Big Wheel. Get them out there. All right. So someone said Chris felt that length. Nosferatu was in my dream, man. I felt that Nosferatu in me. PG-13 Shadow the Hedgehog movie. Let's do it. Yeah. That way he can get a real gun. I'm gonna shoot you, Maria. Plot twist. Some 3C lore. When did you realize that you had a following and you were becoming more popular? And how was that like? Oh, dude. I'm honestly starting to realize it a little bit now in a weird way. But the first time I was recognized was in a store called Box Lunch. I was just chilling and I could see some guy was eyeballing me and I'm like, that must look cute today. And he came up and was like, yo, 3C, can I take a picture? And that was like one of the coolest days because I'm like, somebody wants to take a picture with me and all that. And I guess also, I don't know, it happened in the Chucky days or I guess that. But it was interesting, but it's scary because the bigger you grow, the more eyeballs that are on you. And so the more likely you are to mess up. I get so nervous during these live streams. I could say the stupidest thing and make it such a fool. I'm scared to one day be a Twitter clip. You know, that kind of thing. If you've ever been on Twitter where they just clip you saying the dumbest thing and then you become the laughing stock for the day. Oh, it's going to happen. It just happens to every YouTuber or somebody out there. And the day that's going to happen to me, man, I'm going to crawl into my hole. So it's cool to see the numbers rise and get more fans. And nowadays, if I go to a Comic-Con or a movie theater, it's like I'm guaranteed to be seen or noticed and asked for a picture. So that's kind of cool. But it's also scary, man. One day I'm going to meet the guy that's like, I can't believe you said Nosferatu was too horny. And then he just stabs me. It could happen. You don't know. All right. any 3C lore about the first film you saw in theaters. My dad said the first film he took me to in theaters was Hercules. And I believe him because I was a Hercules kid growing up. I had Hercules bed sheets. I had Hercules toys. And to this day, I still love that movie and soundtrack. But I don't remember it at all. My dad's just the one who told me. Like if I'm trying to think of the honestly, if I really think about like my going back to my earliest movie theater experience, probably seen the first Spider-Man movie, and that's because I had my little Spider-Man toy sitting in the drink cup holder, and I still have this vivid memory when the title card Spider-Man pops up, and I literally thought to myself in that moment, I'm watching Spider-Man. And it's just I feel it. I could smell the theater. I remember that and having that has to be the earliest memory. And so Spider-Man came out in 2002, so I was 7. That's the earliest memory. Yeah, crazy, man. I still have that Spider-Man toy. It's in my garage. Hey, 3C, have you ever watched The Silent Night, Deadly Night? No. I've never seen those movies, but I need to watch them. And you know what's worse? I just admitted that I've never seen them, but I own a Silent Night, Deadly Night t-shirt just because I like the way Santa Claus looks holding the axe. So nobody screenshot me wearing that shirt and going, fake fan, doesn't even see that movie. I'll watch it eventually, but I like that imagery, all right? All right. Let's see here. Can you do a quick ranking of the Toy Story movies? Oh, okay. I like Toy Story 1, then Toy Story 3, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 4. I would say I love the 3, 1 through 3 I love. I really like 4, but I couldn't get to love it. I don't mind the ending of 4, but it just didn't feel as beautiful as the rest. You missed my super chat. What? Okay, let me go back, Muffin Boy. I'm looking, Muffin Boy. Okay, Muffin Boy. Muffin Man, the Muffin. Okay, it says, yeah, no, I did it. You asked what was the most underrated, and you also asked the most overrated movie. Okay, well, if I answered your most underrated. If I'm going most overrated movie, dude, I'm gonna say something like. That's hard. I'm trying to, I used to say like Batman Begins, but I've grown actually to like that movie more and more, but I did not like it that much for a long time. I watched it several times growing up and I was like, why do you like this one, Dad? But I don't know. I like it now a lot more. I'm trying to think of like, what is, to a point, I can understand Avatar, the first one, because I think the second one is so much better than the first. So maybe, yeah, the first Avatar is overrated with how big that movie is, especially with how simplistic the plot is. It's just dancing with wolves, but with that, blue people. But the second one is pretty good. Someone said Black Panther. I don't think so. I think Black Panther is just right point of rated. I'm trying to think of like one where I'm just like, you guys hyped this one way too much. Calm down. I probably like Long Legs, honestly, if I'm talking this year. Yeah, I said it. Another one where I don't love it like other people. So, yeah. Dark Knight trilogy, I mean, if you want to put it all together, although I really like the Dark Knight, the trilogy I would say overrated. That's just me, though. That's just me. Ade Dembella, give me the power, I beg of you. I like your Art the Clown makeup. It's better than mine. Thoughts on Nosferatu? Like I said, I guess I'll bust out a review for the channel. I'll put it up. But I liked it, didn't love it. And maybe I'll go more in depth in my review going to see it. Already posted a poll on the Reddit. Which film do you prefer more? Mickey Christmas Carol or Muppets Christmas Carol? I like Muppets Christmas Carol. That one made me sad as a kid. Are you going to review Nosferatu? Looks like I'm going to have to since a lot of people are asking me so. Nosferatu. Chris, any updates on Mortal Kombat 2 for 2025? Seems to be very quiet. Yeah, I think they're just getting ready to market it. I don't think anything bad is happening with the movie. I think it's just because it's rated R and it has that lower budget for a bigger movie. They just don't have the marketing budget to have such a big push. So it'll probably be a thing where like 3 or 4 months before the release, that's when you'll start to see the marketing kick in. Hey, Chris, you ever played Dokkan Battle? It's a DBZ mobile game, and I think you would like it. Also, when you're going to play Sonic X Shadow? I've been playing that on my Switch. Been enjoying it. And no, I've never played the mobile game. I'd rather... the Injustice mobile game? Or Marvel is it Tournament of Champions? I want a game like that for Dragon Ball on mobile. I would love it. I think that one you're talking about is it's like a card game, right? Eh. Eh. Went to McDonald's and saw some kids raving about Sonic toys and movies. Glad to see Sonic having a resurgence with the new generation of kids. Oh, these 3 Sonic movies, man, they're going to keep Sonic alive for a long time. And Sonic's finally getting that love he deserves, man. Have you checked out Dragon Ball Daima? I have not. I've seen past, I think, the 3rd episode or 4th episode. But I'm getting spoiled on the timeline every other day. Like, I just got spoiled today about the Vegeta thing. I won't say it about anybody else, but I can't wait to see the full context of that. I'm just waiting for the dub and then to watch it with my brother because we both like watching Dragon Ball together. Have you watched The Harder They Fall? Underrated. That sounds familiar. The Harder They Fall. 2021 movie. No. Is that one good? Idris Elba, cowboy? Okay. I'm not a big Western guy, but I like Back to the Future 3. Have you watched Pixar's Dream production? If so, what are your thoughts? I have not seen it. My lady wants to see it, so I'll probably have to end up watching it eventually. But yeah, it's where they show you how Riley's dreams and stuff. Looks cool. What If Season 3? Loved Red Guardian and Bucky episode. I don't think I'm going to watch it. And you know what sucks is I'm probably going to have to because I saw some interview where they were like, What If is going to tie into the Doomsday and Secret Wars. And I'm like, dude, these movies are going to be crazy. I think, honestly, they messed up the setup for What If. What If should have just been a casual, fun, random show with interesting premises of, like, what if the other half survived? Or what if, Captain America died at this? Or what if this person this? Like, I don't know. I just, I hate how interconnected and forcing it into the overall multiverse they're doing it with that. Someone said, What If is awful. Would you rather see Detective Pikachu 2? Oh, live action Yu-Gi-Oh! Live action Yu-Gi-Oh! I was a Yu-Gi-Oh! Kid for a good period of my life. It got so bad, my parents gave me like allowance or like I would have a little bit of money. Wasted all on Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards as soon as we went to Walmart. I was like a little crack kid opening those pack of Yu-Gi-Ohs. Dark Magician! Dark Magician! So, and I know a little bit about Yu-Gi-Oh! I've forgotten a lot about it, but I like Yu-Gi-Oh! So I would love a live-action Yu-Gi-Oh! movie. Exodia! What would you say had the best third act this year? Ooh, that's a good one. Transformers 1 is definitely up there. Alien Romulus? Yes. Sonic 3, though. Probably Sonic 3. That's a little personal because I'm a Sonic fan, but probably Sonic 3 for me. I'm trying to think of any other movie that had like a really good third act, but those are good ones. Romulus and Transformers 1, really good ones too. Suicide Squad sends in $1. Thank you so much. I want Shadow the Hedgehog movie if it happens to be PG-13. I wouldn't be surprised if they do, and I hope it happens, man, especially then we can get, accurate Rouge. You know what I'm talking about. I can't wait for the Dragon Ball Evolution sequel. Don't you dare speak that name. I can't wait for another live-action Dragon Ball movie, but man, how long are they going to take? Disney, get to moving. I think it's Disney who owns it because it used to be Fox, and well, Disney bought Fox, so that means Disney must have it. Yo, Disney, having a part of your park Dragon Ball Z themed, you're gonna see your park numbers go up. I can't wait to go to that Dragon Ball park they're building in Dubai. I don't know if I can even go, but I would love to go. Top 5 fast food chains. Go. Okay. This is a tough one. And there are probably people are all going to say mid. You got to throw McDonald's in there. Sometimes you just, I'm not, no particular order. I'm just going to put random 5. Well, 5 I really like. It's McDonald's. It's just comfort food sometimes, okay? I haven't had it in a long time, honestly. It's been a couple months. Yeah, right, Chris. Okay, maybe it's been like a month or two, but it's been a while for me. Taco Bell. Taco Bell be tasty sometimes, man. Taco Bell, that crunchy taco, that quesadilla, might have it right after this stream, honestly, if I'm being honest. Little Caesars. Little Caesars tastes good when you ain't got someone in your ear telling you how bad it is. They used to suck. I don't know what happened, but there was a time where I would go to some place and they'd have Little Caesars at the party, and I'd go, oh. Then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Something happened where they locked in, and now Little Caesars is actually tasty. Don't believe me, order it now. Domino's is good, but I don't know. Little Caesars just kind of like, it's consistent. It's consistent because you know what? Pizza Hut used to be my main pizza place. consistency is terrible there. Sometimes you'll get a really great made pizza. Other times, it's like they threw it on the floor and then gave it to you. I'm like, what happened, Pizza Hut? The consistency has fallen on Pizza Hut. Okay. I'm trying to think of what other places. So I said Little Caesars, McDonald's, Taco Bell. I like Panda. Panda, that I get the white rice and honey walnut shrimp. Orange chicken if I'm feeling fancy. Some cream cheese ragoons. I actually literally had that today. I had Panda Express today, guys. Okay, so now you know what's rumbling in my belly. And yeah, Chick-fil-A. You know what? Chick-fil-A, yeah, definitely in there. All right, there we go. Any updates on the Real Steel Show sequel? No. Last we heard, Sean Levy was like, "We're doing it. We're working on it. There's an idea." And then Deadpool Wolverine happened. You would think he has all the same power, but I guess he's busy with Stranger Things and all that, so it might be a while before we get an update. Hey, Chris, seen the new show Creeps, which is based on the 24. I was waiting for them all to pile up. I want to watch it, though. I want to watch it. I'm excited to see that. I'm a little mad at James Gunn keeping Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad canon. A full reset should be a full reset. I also hate the loose take on what's canon and what's not. It feels like there's no plan. It honestly just feels that way. It feels like James Gunn just saw an opportunity to earn a lot of money, be in a position of power, and he's just kind of like, what you want to be canon is canon. And I guess that's what we get us fans for wanting to be so particular on stuff. Maybe it's good that he's doing it loose, but it does kind of annoy me a little bit, but oh well. Do you remember my request on Reddit last stream? No. What was it? Tell me now. Hey 3C, cool thing on PC. Oh no, I ain't falling for that. You probably I don't know what it'll do. I assume it'll make me quit out of this stream, so I'm not gonna do it, my buddy. Nice try, DP69. I think the whole DCU slate announcement was a smoke and mirrors trick to entice the investors. DC was a weird place a few years back. Yeah, we'll see, man. I hoping things work out for them, but there's definitely sometimes things they do and I'm like, I see why this universe doesn't take off. Ethan Peck as Batman. Is that the guy again from It Ends With Us? That's the guy I'm seeing everyone fan cast. Ethan Peck. Oh no, this is a different man. Okay, Ethan Peck, what do you have to offer? Let me see you shirtless, Ethan Peck. He's got the jawline. I think I did see this guy last time, and I said he kind of gives me evil man vibes. He gives me Bond villain. I don't know why. Yeah, see, that's literally Bond villain. That's the cousin of the guy who was after Leo on the Titanic. We'll see though. We'll see. Have you ever watched Modern Family or This Is Us? I've seen all of Modern Family. Very funny show. I used to watch This Is Us, and then I gave up on it because it was getting too emotionally manipulative, if I'll say that. It was like they were just doing anything to get you to cry, and I was just exhausted by it. But my lady is mad we never went back to finish it. I think we had like 2 seasons left too. I saw the 28 Years Later trailer with a friend. And with a TV blood scene came, my friend did the Teletubbies. Uh-oh, perfectly timed. That's a good friend. I like that story. Thank you for sharing that, the Masked Nerd. Use code PAIR in Fortnite item shop. Okay, let's do that. Do you think Shadow saved Eggman at the end? That could be an explanation. Maybe Shadow did, feel bad and want to save lives. That could be actually a good explanation, because I was thinking to myself, how would Eggman survive if he does come back? Shadow saving him. That could be it. Hey, Chris, can we get a live stream of you ranting about the finale of How I Bet Your Mother? A whole live stream? Probably not, but I am very disappointed with the ending of How I Met Your Mother, because I love that show. It's a show like I would rewatch every couple years. In fact, it's been a while, so it's probably due for a rewatch. That show has some good humor, good sentimental, emotional things, and that ending pissed me off, man. Pissed me off. Chris, what movie will win in the box office? Fantastic Four or Superman? I'm going to go Superman, but if Fantastic Four is that great, it's just going to do it. It's just going to do it. All right, let's see here. What do you think? Why do you think Toby is the best Spider-Man? I think Tom is. Andrew was too cool to be Spider-Man. Toby was too nerdy and sad. Tom, good middle ground. I mean, I love you, but I think the real argument is between Toby or Andrew. And it's so much of Tom only getting a sad, sacrificial kind of story in his third movie and being everything kind of almost handed to him. No real Uncle Ben story until Aunt May in the third movie. I don't. There's a lot of things I can nitpick and go into my angry mode with what the MCU has done with Spider-Man, but I try to stay calm because I like Tom Holland and I just want to enjoy the movies. But it's definitely an argument more of Toby or Andrew, and sometimes I lean more Andrew as my favorite. But they all have their strengths and they all have their good. I mean, I honestly think, I don't know. I think Toby's a good Peter. Andrew's a good Spider-Man when he's in the costume, whipping and being funny. He's the only Spider-Man. If you watch his clips, he can emote his emotions through a still mask. Can't do that in the Tom Holland movies because you got the little eyeballs that do all the emotion for you. That's CGI. I also don't like the CGI suit on the skin-tight Tom body. I don't know, man. It's an argument for sure. I don't know if you know him, but a while back I met Alex Coleman. Yes, I saw Transformers 1 with him. He sat right behind me. He's a really great guy. At a theater. He's a really big fan on I'm a really big he's really big on TikTok and I'm a huge fan, so it was great. And a week ago I was in Texas and I was searching high and low for you. Need a photo with you one day. Man, you were searching for me? Kind of scary. But yeah, Alex Coleman is great. Follow him on TikTok. I don't know if he has a YouTube. Maybe he does. Just search his name, but I like him. Really good opinions. Good man. How about a movie where the Predator lands at the Olympics? Oh, since Olympians are meant to be Earth's strongest and most skilled and just wreak havoc on live television. Great idea. I love that. That's also because, you know, if they get a wind of like, oh, they hold this trial where they get their strongest athletes to fight, and then they kill predators in like Olympic methods, maybe throw a javel at them or that big heavy ball at one of the predators. I like this idea. I like this idea. Do you think we will ever get a Pirates? Yeah, they're working on it. The question is whether Johnny Depp is going to be involved or not. But your boy still has to see the Pirates movies first. Yeah, that's right. I haven't watched them. Moving on. Favorite sequels of all time? Mine is Scream 4. Scream 4 is definitely up there. Well, obviously Terminator 2. That's definitely one of them. Favorite sequels of all time. I'm trying to think. I mean, The Dark Knight, because it's the one I liked most out of the entire trilogy. So that's definitely one of them. There was a recent one where I was like, what? Like, I love that movie. And I was like, this is probably my new favorite sequel. Let's see here. Best sequels of all time. I need to bring them up. Aliens, Godfather, Toy Story 2. Logan was probably good. Shrek 2, there we go. Shrek 2 is probably the definitive one. Spider-Man 2 also as well. Puss in Boots 2, way better than the first. One was all right. Yeah, man. A lot of good ones on there. A lot of good ones. I don't get why people hate Tom Hardy's Venom so much. He was a better Venom than Spider-Man 3. We needed MCU Venom ASAP. But also, option to play MCU Miles? Right now, I bet the best person to play Miles is a person we don't know. I'm telling you, because he's gonna be a young kid, probably gonna be like 12. So right now he's probably like 6 or something. Wait until they introduce him into the live-action movies. But I don't know. It's just the overt silliness. I don't like how every time Tom Hardy's on screen, he's moving like a crackhead. I'm just like, that's fun. Why is that? Why does he got to do that? Why can't he just be calm, collective, and do the deed? I wish they would have leaned more on the lethal protector side where he does eat people, hunt people, but that are bad guys. They never really did that, and I don't know. I think there's a lot of reasons, my friend. How are we going to get a Clayface movie before the Batman 2? Make it make sense. I know, man. I know. Or even freaking Brave and the Bold. But it's just happening. The script was ready, so James Gunn's like, all right, let's do it. Skibbity Toilet will be peak. I forgot that movie's happening. Be real. Michael Bay is great at making big metal monsters go boom. So those Skibbity Toilet make better go crazy. You know, and Michael Bay is the best one to kind of get that moving and forward. So you're kind of right. Michael Bay does know how to handle all that. 3C Lore, your first kiss, favorite. What the hell? Love and respect you, DP69, but I don't know if I want to give the Laura my first kiss, and it'd be very disrespectful to not say my current girlfriend as my favorite girlfriend. She watches these live streams. Can you imagine if I got on here and I was like, well, Galinda did do that thing. She hocked to before anyone else hocked to. Ain't gonna do that, buddy. Ain't gonna do that. Day one of asking Chris to oil up. Question: If you if you opened up your own movie theater, what would it have? Oh, dude, I think about that sometimes. Is if I had a movie theater, what would I do? What would I put in it so that, you know, we could be successful, profitable, and get people going back to the theater? I think you need to create more experiences, okay? Hear me out. And this is going to be so controversial. You know how there's been a big debate online about people who take photos right before a movie? It's just become a thing. It's inevitable. But there is weirdly strong marketing with that because it's a sign of you saying, hey, this is what I'm watching, and I'm better than you because I'm watching this. I think movies should do what should actually allow you, like right before the movie starts, where they're like, all right, movie's about to begin. For the next 30 seconds, go ahead, pull out your phone. We're going to put a graphic on the screen that says, I'm watching Wicked or something like that. That way you can post it on social media. You get that out of the way. You can show your friends that you're at the theater. That way you don't have to pull it up during the movie. And you promote a movie because I think studios would want that. It's like, hey, people show, I don't know. That's an idea. So instead of, you know, we should be leaning onto the no phones, but if we lean into it in a way where it makes people comfortable, sure. You need to do more photo op things. You know, I know we have the standees or whatnot. You need to do more things that like kind of like the twisters or the coffin of Nosferatu to get people taking. I don't know. That's what people do and draw pictures. And also merchandise, man. I know the popcorn buckets are a thing. Just start selling figures or something. Some sort of collectible. That's like, I saw this movie and here's my proof. I don't know, man. I'm throwing out ideas. Today's 1-year anniversary of me seeing The Iron Claw. That movie made me sob like you. Oh, dude. I cried like a bit. It's so funny because the whole movie I was like, oh, this is sad. Oh, I feel bad or that. And it all builds up. I'm not crying the whole movie. And then you get to that final scene with Zac Efron and the words he says to his children. Oh, that just waterfalls out, man. Oh, that was, I can't, and it's so sad that movie did not get any awards recognition. A24 really screwed themselves over with putting it too late. Are you telling me Nosferatu actually gets some ho with Johnny Depp's daughter? Some hoo-ha. I thought you said ho. It's a, that turns out that's the entire premise of Nosferatu is A24 Twilight. That film brain rot made sense to you and you know it. All right. Thoughts on Universal Epic Universe? That's actually here. Isn't that coming to Dallas? I live pretty close to it where they're building that new park. My property value went up, baby. 3CD investor. I'm planning on going to Roanoke Comic Con with my niece in February, mostly because they're having a reunion for the 1987 TMNT cartoon. Can't wait. Oh, that's going to be awesome, man. I hope you have fun. It's always fun going to conventions, especially with other family. Happy Friday, Chris. Well, happy Friday to you, Jay. Happy Friday. Never stop making videos decorating the studio for Halloween. Some of my favorite videos. Dude, they're stressful, they're a pain to make, but you guys show up every year, so they'll continue happening. I think this last year was one of the biggest years, and I was so thankful and grateful that you guys make those videos pop. You know, it's getting harder and harder nowadays, especially with like shorts and TikTok, to make a viral video, like a long form one, especially with the videos I make. I'm no better, but those videos always do so well, and I'm so thankful. But it's also going to be a sad one next year because Party City's closed, man. No more Party City trips. As long as they don't close Spirit of Halloween, we good, though. But yeah, that's crazy. Give me some 3C lore on how you met your GF, big dog. Well, I've said it before. We were both working at a call center. We'd call people from Comcast if you didn't pay your bill. And it's just a computer lab. And you sit wherever a computer's open. You log in with your ID. And I would just always sit next to her and bother her until she gave in to the Riz. Took a while. I'm still waiting for the Wicked spoiler review. It's been so long not eating until you post it. I'm a skinny, skinny boy already. Maybe a spoiler review for the second movie. I don't think I'll do it for the first movie. I didn't have that many spoilery thoughts to say. But for the second movie, from what I've heard is happening, oh boy, gonna be a green witch talking spoilers. 3C, you finally came out in a commercial on Reddit. Oh, what the heck? What does that even mean? What happened? I came out in a commercial. What is that even? Oh, is it this thing? I think I have seen it. But it's an edit. What the heck? Someone made a 3C? What the heck? Someone got that for Christmas? I have this exact pop. Did you steal my pop? And you even have little Noah. That's a little scary. 3C still believes Disney had the film rights of Dragon Ball. Oh, no. They don't have them anymore? Leave me a comment on who owns them now. How do we tell them? Oh, man. Oh, that's sad. I didn't know they don't have them anymore. Dang it. All right. Beyond the Spider-Verse update. We still are waiting, but we did get Brian Tyree Henry say something. I didn't know if it was... I should have mentioned it with all the other Spider-Man news. But let me see if I can bring it up. Let's see here. Brian Tyree Henry, who voices... Who does he voice? Miles' dad in the Spider-Verse movies, who's either going to die or not, based on the canon event, where he said, there's not going to be a dry eye in the house. I'll tell you that. Good luck. It's going to wrap up in a nice little bow what things do. Woo! The promise that I'm going to cry like a baby at a Spider-Man movie? Hyped. Hyped. So I can't wait. Where is the Welcome to Derry trailer? Bro, where is the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man trailer? That show was announced 4 or 5 years ago. It comes out in less than a month. And we got no official trailer. I don't know, man. I don't know. Love you, puppy. Chris, your videos are the best. You got to post more, though. Yeah, I'll try to post more. I'll post more, my friend. But I like y'all being here. All right, my friends. That was the final Super Chatty Chat. I want to thank you guys so much for sticking with me on another Friday live stream. Y'all are fantastic and amazing. It's so nice to see your faces. Let's not get all sad and dreary that the Batman got delayed. I see one more super chat came in, so I'll answer it real quick with my Batman helmet. Top 5 Cartoon Network cartoons: Ben 10, no particular order. Ben 10, Dexter's Laboratory, Ed and Eddie, Courage the Cowardly Dog. I'm trying to think of what else would be my top show. Oh my goodness! As I did that, another super chat came in. Dude, there's got to be one more. I'm missing like a big one. No, someone said Johnny Test, Adventure Time, Cow and Chicken. I like those, man. Johnny Bravo, no. Come on, there's got to be another. Codename Kids Next Door. There you go. All right, let's answer this very last one. Jurassic World Rebirth subject. You got it. Oh, yeah, I never talked about it. Fine, we'll end on this. Is there a way to turn off super chats so they don't keep coming in? Well, let's see. Let me see if I can. Let's do that. Moderated chat, community chat, reaction, pop chat. Nah, it's not gonna happen. Oh well. All right, we'll do this. Don't you dare send in a super chat. I saw that this came out and I thought it was crazy. You guys might have seen that there was the AI Jurassic Park video going around. I don't know if it's still up, but it was being copy striked everywhere. Where it was this AI video that someone made pretending to be the Jurassic Park trailer for the new movie. I don't think it's anywhere. It's been copy striked everywhere. But let me see if I can find it. Jurassic. See, there's like a channel that talks Jurassic Park. Savala? Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Seville? Jurassic World Rebirth. You guys know what I'm talking about? You guys know what channel I'm talking about, right? He pulled up something so interesting because I didn't know if it was just the person who made the AI video that was copywriting or it was... Okay, Swerve, sorry. It was this person. Okay. They revealed that they put up the AI video, and you can see there's a little there because at one point a Velociraptor turns into freaking Scarlett Johansson. And when he posted it on YouTube, it is Universal that is copy striking down this video. And I thought that was really interesting that a video that is AI and is obviously fake, no one actually thought it was real, but it was doing enough damage that some people thought it was real, that Universal is copy striking these videos down and making sure no one sees it and no one gets confused. I do think they have the right to do that because, again, AI takes existing art and then turns that into, whatever it makes. So in a weird way, Universal does kind of own the right to that since it's Jurassic Park theme. But I wonder if it was actually spoiling things that are going to be happening in the movie to an exaggerated degree, because there have been rumors that Jurassic World Rebirth will involve, how do I say it? Genetic mutated dinosaurs, that we will be seeing like some mutated dinos and things like that we haven't seen before. And that's kind of what the AI trailer was heavily hinting. I'm trying to see if I can find that one still where, like, I know we have this one, but there was another one where freaking, yeah, Scarlet looks like Kano from freaking Mortal Kombat. I'm not saying this will be happening, but what if the reason Universal is actually copy striking down this video is because, in a weird way, it is spoiling things that'll happen in the movie? Not to this exact degree, but we already had cloning and genetic testing in the last Jurassic Park movies. What if they were actually hinting at, got it right, and so Universal's like, all right, we got to copy strike this down because it's too close. Ponytail Velociraptors, they're actually coming. Crazy stuff. So I just wanted to talk about that because I thought it was crazy. Thank you guys. I appreciate you not super chatting. We is done. We is gone, fam. Take care of yourselves and be good to everybody. Love y'all's faces, man. Love y'all faces. Adios.